Northeast Toyota dealer. You could buy a car that compares itself to a Toyota, or you could just buy a Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, moving forward. By Aflac, we've got you under our wing. By Dolphin, carpet and tile, guaranteed lowest prices on quality flooring. And by Headquarter Toyota, where you'll feel like you bought from the factory. Conveniently located off the Palmetto and 57th Avenue. Landshark Stadium, where the Marlins and the Orioles are getting ready to go. And they're going to start this game amazingly on time. Great work by the grounds crew as well as our technical crew. And the Orioles themselves arrive in this fine fashion. Brian Roberts leads it off. Nick Markakis is really good. So is Adam Jones, the center fielder. Aubrey Huff, the former Hurricane, had a huge year last year. He hits cleanup. Melvin Mora at third base. Nolan Reimolds, a Bowling Green guy, one of Hopper's teammates. Matt Wieters is one of the top prospects in all of baseball. He's their catcher. Robert Andino is getting some time. Good to see him. And Koji Uehara is on the mound. Everybody will be facing this man, Andrew Miller.
24-year-old left-hander. And in talking, Rich, to Mark Wiley, Andrew's pitching coach, all of a sudden he can see more consistency in that delivery we've talked about since spring training. Trying to get a more direct line to the plate. I think we've seen that with more strikes. The strikeouts and walks ratio is pretty good over his last 3 or 4 starts.
Brian Roberts stands in. Of course, fans around here know a lot about the Orioles. Spring training home in Fort Lauderdale. And a first pitch strike. Marty Foster barks it out. Roberts, the switch-hitting second baseman, has been a nice little player for the Orioles. A 2-time All-Star. That one off the plate. He's got Markakis and Jones behind him.
It's a pretty good lineup, pretty good offensive lineup, and the Orioles have played well in interleague play this year.
That one is smacked by Bonifacio, and into the corner it goes. Coughlin will pick it up, and Roberts has got himself a double.
Nothing unusual for Brian Roberts to hit a double. Number 24 on the year. Twice in his career he's had 50 or more doubles in a season.
Bonifacio had to be flopping after that ball down into the corner.
Take a look at the defense tonight. Checking in the outfield, Coughlin, Ross, and Hermida. Around the infield, Bonifacio starting at third, Cantu over at first, and behind the plate, yes, John Baker.
Nick Markakis stands up. At 292, 8 home runs. That would be a very wild pitch. And this isn't starting out well for Andrew Miller. Bake getting the start behind the plate. And one thing that you notice right away about Baker is that he has gone away from the hockey mask that he had been wearing. Oh, no, there it is. He had it. He had the hat on underneath it. So he's got the mask on.
I think he's starting to get a little more used to it.
Markakis lines it to left field, hits it pretty well. Coughlin back at the track, reaches and makes the catch, but it's plenty deep, and that will score Roberts. So Brian Roberts crosses after the double and the wild pitch. Nick Markakis, the 25-year-old out of Georgia, has given Baltimore a 1-0 lead.
Out of those great East Cobb teams as a youth, and played many games with and against Jeremy Hermida. They're good friends.
Here is Adam Jones, another guy that National League fans don't know a whole lot about, but he could be a big star in this game. Jones is just 23 years old. He's from San Diego. He was a first-round pick by Seattle. But the Mariners were so desperate for pitching when the Orioles dangled Eric Bedard. Seattle took them up on it. They got Bedard, but Baltimore got Adam Jones and their closer, George Sherrill, and 3 other players in that trade.
Turned out to be a pretty good deal for the Orioles. 12 home runs already for Jones. And in talking to coaches and broadcasters who follow the Orioles, here's a guy who gets it. He's a smart player. He's willing to learn, and he's gotten off to a great start this year.
And he's a kid who really had to pull himself up through youth baseball. He grew up in San Diego, but San Diego isn't all sunshine and beaches. There are some rough areas in San Diego, and that's where he is from. Check swing. Did he go around?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yes, he did. Bake digs it out, tags him out. Weather report tonight. Hopefully no more gale force winds. I don't think we could do with any more of that. Mikasuki brings it to you. Come play our way. Rain is possible. The wind 12 to 20. And it's amazing that these two teams are playing with what moved through here this afternoon and earlier tonight. Aubrey Huff. Of course, it seemed like an eternity. Probably did to him as well. He was with Tampa Bay for 7 years.
In the lean years.
Yes.
And certainly a name familiar to South Florida fans, Miami Hurricane fans.
Nothing lean about the season he had last year, though. 304 average, 32 homers, drove in 108.
Nice. They kind of forget about that first run. That was a double. Roberts hits a lot of doubles, and I like the way Andrew Miller has come back. He's made some good pitches with the breaking ball and changeup. And he's got a couple of lefties in this lineup. They're tough ones. Markakis, Huff.
Working quickly. Cantu. Big hop, steps on the bag. And the Orioles are on the board first, and we are underway.
Y es presentado por KFC.
The Fish, here they are. The Marlins arrive at 35 and 36, a game under, having taken 2 of 3 from the Yanks. Chris Coughlin's in left. Emilio Bonifacio's at third base. Hanley Ramirez at short. Jorge Cantu at first. Jeremy Hermita's in right. Dan Uggla's at second. Cody Ross in center. John Baker will do the catching, and Andrew Miller is in the 9 spot.
Well, they're going to see a guy who's done it all in Japan. He's the first Japanese-born pitcher ever, player, period, ever for the Baltimore Orioles. Koji Uehara.
And he throws ball 1 to Chris Coughlin. Uehara, 34. Coughlin stands in. Chris having just turned 24. And he fouls that pitch back to the screen.
Yeah, I mentioned Uehara has done just about everything. He's been a Rookie of the Year. He was in Japan. He's won Gold Gloves. He mixes it up, moves the ball around. He has a changeup and a split. At times, they're very similar.
Coughlin's average up at 272. A couple homers. Obviously, he's never faced the Baltimore Orioles. And he rolls that one out to second. Brian Roberts takes care of him.
Take a look at that defense. Some good arms in the outfield. Reimold is in left. Jones has 5 assists, and Markakis with 7. Up the middle, Robert Andino pairs with Roberts at second base, Huff and Moore at the corners, and the #1 pick, Matt Wieters, switch hitting catcher behind the plate.
All right, with the right-hander on the mound, the Marlins have been going with Bonifacio in the 2 spot. Lefty on the mound, it's been Helm. So Bonifacio gets the start, and Uehara fires a strike. Emilio hitting in front of Hanley Ramirez. He's getting 2 fastballs. The advanced scouting report goes from the American League to the National League pretty quickly.
And interleague play helps out, I think, in that scouting report.
And Bonifacio, a very brief appearance here.
61 strikeouts now for Bonifacio to go along with 19 walks. Cuts and sinks his fastball, a split-like changeup. Very good control. I talked to the Orioles president of baseball operations, Andy McPhail. I said, why into the Asian market, into the Pacific Rim? He said it helps their ball club, and he said he was a good fit. Signed a 2-year contract. A veteran pitcher. They have a lot of young pitchers. And if it doesn't work out with him starting, because he hasn't gone deep into a lot of games, they feel comfortable being able to put him in the bullpen too.
A 2-year, $10 million deal. Hanley stands in and hits a shot at his former backup. Robert Andino flips it over to first in time. An inning in the books. Auction stuff. Going to Craig when we get back. Six 7218. That's the number to call to bid on the items. Marlins.com/fantasy. Marlins.com/fantasy. If you're at home and you want to view the items on your computer and bid over the phone. We check in with Craig Minervini to see how the bidding is going. Craig, what's up?
Well, I want to talk with one of our great sponsors here on the Marlins Watch Party from Best Buy. Leo Ortiz is here. By the way, that's up to $2,900. Among the items there for that watch party is a great 46-inch Samsung television, LCD. One of the that's a hot seller.
That's a hot item. We got tons in Best Buy Pembroke Pines, Craig. I'm telling you, what better way to watch Fox Sports Network, the Florida Marlins, on a 46-inch Samsung, one of the best on the market.
Hey, TVs in the last, what would you say, 5 years since HD really took over? They've been one of the hottest products for consumers, even in the recession.
Yes, exactly. Everyone is still stumping in the door trying to find that perfect television and watch their sports every day, day in and day out.
What about being involved here, Leo, with the Marlins? Great foundation here, and of course our fantasy auction.
Excellent. On behalf of Best Buy Enterprise and Best Buy Pembroke Pines, it's an honor to be here to help out the Marlins, help out Tommy Bahama, as well as the Fox Sports Network. Definitely.
Here in Pembroke Pines, stop and say hello to Leo and the folks at Best Buy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Rick. Thank you.
That board now, let's look at that Sharp Business Systems board. Just as you spoke, Leo, you have a great marketing touch there, up to $3,200 now, thanks to our runner. I didn't think I paid our runners that much, but no, Mr. Runner. All right, $3,200, guys.
Hey, Craig, do they have food down there?
Yes, they do. As a matter of fact, in between bites of the chicken here, I was able to do that piece.
What, do they have cookies down there, Greg?
Cookies are here.
All right, Tommy, what kind of cookies?
What do you want? We could show. Can we walk over there? Let's show you. All right, you take the pitch and we'll walk you over. Give you a look.
Yeah, there are a lot of kinds of cookies. There's raisin, cinnamon raisin, but you know what? I like chocolate chunk. I like chocolate chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got that.
Bring Tommy a chocolate chunk cookie,
All right,
will you?
here we go. Look at this.
Nice.
Like a ziti. Looks like something my mother may have prepared here. Hot dogs.
All this during a Matt Wieters at bat.
And a quick Andrew Miller inning.
8-pitch inning, Craig. Hang in there. Bring Tommy some food, including that cookie, will you? It's surfing time. One of our great packages brought to you by Carnival Cruises and Tommy Bahama. A 7-day cruise for 2 on Carnival Cruise Lines. It's an ocean view cabin and a year of Tommy Bahama. That's a camp shirt for a month for a year. A camp shirt a month for a year. And you can see the value on those 2, and you can bid.
Rich, I could just see us sitting on deck chairs.
Jorge Cantu hits that one to left, and it's run down there by Nolan Reimold. That's $2,200 right now for that package. And if you've never been with us for one of these live auctions, it essentially is a live auction. We've got the 9 packages. You can call 305-626-7218, 305-626-7218. Now, people here at the ballpark are bidding, but if you want to look at the prizes, go to marlins.com/fantasy. And at marlins.com/fantasy, it has a list of all the prizes, the details of all the different television sets or business machines, cruises, all of that thing. And then you can jump on the phone, give us a call. The little board items, some cool little board stuff, will be coming online here in about an inning. And, of course, our pledge packs are just $100. There's lots of cool stuff for a $100 pledge. You can have one of those, and it all goes to the Marlins Community Foundation. Hermida rolls one to first. And Koji Uehara has 2 very quick outs here in the second. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Florida Marlins may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Florida Marlins.
That last pitch, Rich, a good example of that change-up or split. He really had Jeremy Hermida out front. So a guy that you really have to be patient, stay back on.
Here's Ugla now. Dan takes a fastball for a strike. Ugla coming off a weekend in which he was 1 for 10. That one was a home run. Letter high strike. The Orioles are skippered by Dave Tremblay in his second year.
Yeah, he took over in June of '07 from Sam Perlazzo.
Tremblay is a very unique in a sense that he did not play professional baseball. Uggla lines it into right center field. That's a base hit. So Danny has a 2-out hit. Tremblay was a junior college coach in inner city Los Angeles and worked his way into the minor leagues with the Pirates, the Cubs, and then the Orioles. He played baseball at Brockport State. And he has, if you take that lineage, athlete at Brockport State, did not play professional baseball, and is now a big league manager. It's almost the exact same line of another former point guard for Brockport State, Stan Van Gundy. He didn't play in the pros, and he finds himself coaching in the NBA.
Yeah, 20 years as a minor league manager for Dave Tremblay. And many times, 3 times, manager of the year in the minor leagues. So a guy who certainly has been at the helm of a lot of games, now getting the opportunity with a good young club.
It's also similar to the career path that Carlos Tosca took out of Tampa.
And John Bowles.
Tosca, a teacher and a college coach, then worked his way into the minors and up to the big leagues. Popped up. That's Aubrey Huff going after it. And he makes the catch. The mini board is coming out. There it is. That's why we call it the mini board. Bring it on out, Kelly. Send Craig. He's busy. He's running the auction right now. Rich Waltz, Tommy Hutton. We're joined now by Brian Pierce, who is the Vice President of Retail Sales of Tommy Bahama. Robert Andino bounces out to thirds. Welcome to South Florida. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm fine. I was a little bit worried earlier on with the black clouds and all the rain and lightning, but I'm okay.
This is for you. The rain has to feel comfortable. Tommy Bahama's headquarters are in Seattle, Washington, of all places.
Yeah, go figure. Most people think we live in the Bahamas, but no, we're up in Seattle.
All right. Well, we're glad you're part of this event. This is the first time that you've been a sponsor of ours, but certainly not the first time that Tommy and I have been wearing your shirts. We've been wearing your shirts now for about 3 or 4 years. Debbie down at your Las Olas location always takes care of us.
Well, both of you guys look great. Thank you very much for supporting the brand as well.
Well, thank you for supporting the Community Foundation. And what did you see down there, down where Craig? See, Craig is in the spot to be. That's where the big board is, the mini board, the food. the music.
The food, the beer, the wine. Yeah, he's actually in the right place.
He is.
Yeah,
he is.
He's having some fun. They got a steel drum going on down there, and it's kind of a festive occasion.
What type of charity events does Tommy Bahama do? Even Craig's wearing Tommy Bahama tonight.
Oh, yes, my favorite.
He looks really good.
We're up to 2,200 guys on the Carnival Cruise Tommy Bahama Paradise Package.
I like it. What other
That's a
types?
steal.
What other types of charity events do you guys do?
We if there's any kind of kids charity anywhere, then we're bound to get involved in it. Every single one of our stores does something. We have 12 restaurants, and we have golf tournaments, and we always have a charity there as well too.
You have a big restaurant up in Orlando, don't you?
Yeah, we do, and we have one down in Naples, one down in Sarasota. We got, and then we got one in Sandestin as well too.
And you've hired Tommy as a fashion consultant, is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
How long, Brian, have you been with Tommy Bahama?
I've been with him for 5 years now, and loving every minute of it.
Yeah, if we weren't in baseball, we would be in Tommy Bahama.
That's
absolutely,
right.
Essentially. Brian Roberts after Uehara and Andino.
See, Rich, my problem is I wish we could wear shorts all the time.
We are.
I mean, we wore shorts because we thought we'd be out in the area down by the hot tubs.
Brian, did you get a chance to see our tiki hut out there and see what happened to it?
No, I didn't.
The winds took it down in a hurry.
If Brian Roberts would be nice enough to hit a foul ball, we'll show it to you.
Okay. He's not going to help us out.
I think it's going to hook.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul.
Yeah. All right. Now,
wrong side.
Usually we set up out there by the hot tubs in the Bud Beach area, and this was our crew this afternoon. Look at them; they're getting ready. Monitors
we were
going to
be
out.
Right there.
Watch Gordy down. See Gordy down below there. All of a sudden, look out, Gordy!
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Gordy's an amateur meteorologist.
They said about 70-mile-an-hour gusts. Roberts hits a line drive. Coughlin makes the catch, and that's what's left of our tiki hut. That's why we're up here in the booth. Brian, thank you for being involved in the Marlins Community Foundation at this event.
Thank you.
Tommy, nice meeting you.
And thanks for the nice shirts, too.
Hey, our pleasure.
All right, Brian Pierce. Fantasy auction, 1-0, Baltimore on top. Time for the mini board. Craig Minervini, please unveil.
I thought you were talking about me. Rich, here we are. The mini board is out. $250 minimum bids. And the increments will be $50 increments. Hitting session with Jorge Cantu. Game used Marlins jersey. Play catch with John Baker right on the field. The play ball experience for kids. Orioles package. Collectibles for Baltimore fans. Swim with the Dolphins. Myself and the Marlin Mermaids at the Miami Aquarium, and the SAP experience with Cookie, Raul, and Tony Perez. They all start at $250, and we are now opening the lines right now. 305-626-7218 on cue. The guy you could play catch with is up at the plate.
John Baker with the count at 0-2. Baker for the Marlins, leading it off with Andrew Miller and Chris Coughlin right behind. And Baker sends one up the middle. Roberts to his right. On over to first. All right, another closer look at the mini board. These are smaller items. but nonetheless valuable. 305-626-7218 to bid on these.
Hey, by the way, an invaluable experience with Cookie and Raul. You could talk baseball with Cookie and just have a great time.
Yeah, you get a chance to come to a ball game and see their broadcast location. That's a good time.
They'll even have some KFC for you.
Absolutely. Here is Andrew Miller, and Miller takes down low. So the mini board items are out. The big board items are being bid upon. And the Marlins and the Orioles are playing a quick ball game right now. That pop-up is right out at Brian Roberts. Robert Caskey, Linda Watts, and Kristen Melfair are local finalists in People Magazine's All-Stars Among Us. Through June 24th, you can vote by going to foxsports.com. Vote for one. Click on the link for All-Stars Among Us. The winner from each Major League city will be honored before the All-Star Game on July 14th, as seen on Fox. Craig, what's up?
Hey, guys, just want to mention we just found out the game used jersey from tonight's game, by the way, Cody Ross. It'll be Cody Ross's jersey from this game tonight, and Dan's already got it up to $300 on the mini board.
Oh, so it's a Ross jersey. Nicely done. And he'll autograph it as well. The other thing is, if you want to be involved and you don't have $250, $100 gets you the Marlins pledge pack. Coughlin out to right. The details, of course, marlins.com/fantasy. Koji Uehara working quickly. Rain starting to fall. Stadium. Rich Waltz, Tommy Hutton, Craig Minervini, Frank Ford, and a 1-0 Baltimore lead. Andrew Miller will work to Nick Markakis, Adam Jones, and Aubrey Huff. And Markakis, one of the budding stars in the American League. He takes a strike. Tommy, here's a guy with a last year an on-base percentage over 400, hit 306, just 25 years old.
Well, they think so much of him that they gave him a contract extension through 2014.
6 years, $66 million. You talked about him, another one of those suburban Atlanta guys in the big leagues. Miller misses out, and it's 2-1. Markakis of Greek descent. He played on the Greek Olympic team back in 2004. And that team was organized by Orioles owner Peter Angelos. Ugla gets a couple nice hops on to first. One of the most popular items of the Fox Sports Fantasy Auction every year. is the Play Golf with Tommy Hutton. And this is at the Parkland Golf Club. Tommy, take us through what a typical day would be like.
Well, first of all, we thank our good friend Dave Salerno out there. Yeah, sometimes I get in a little trouble playing in these tournaments, but get a nice foursome. So three people, could be guys, could be gals. They get lunch. We have a nice lunch together. There's a spa experience, and there could be some other items thrown in, some little extra items as we continue on this evening.
Yeah, and you get to, there's a whole list of courses as well that you get some foursomes on. You get to play at Tiburon Golf Club all over South Florida, the Colony Golf Club, Hammock Bay, Raptor Bay, so foursomes at all of those clubs. You get a spot in the Marlins Celebrity Golf Classic. That ball's pulled foul by Adam Jones. You get a spa treatment there. You also get lunch at the Parkland Golf Club with Tommy, and of course the big golf experience there as well.
And it's a fun day. We have fun every time out there.
Adam Jones 0 for 1. Andrew Miller gave up the first inning run. A double to Brian Roberts. The wild pitch was huge because Markakis would hit a sacrifice fly. That one almost knocked Bonifacio over.
Both pitchers, lots of strikes, and both pitchers working quickly.
There's the duck.
Even the duck's working quickly.
Yes, he's waddling quickly. First former Orioles player to manage the Orioles.
All right, one hint. I'm only going to give one hint. Think two-time MVP.
To manage the Orioles. So we're going back 70s, maybe early 80s. Miller misses down low. Nice hair. Miller misses into Aubrey Huff, who's hit in 8 straight and is one of the big reasons why the Orioles have won 5 in a row. Had 2 game-winning hits against the Mets. Cantu steps on the bag. So Miller's cruising, so is Uehara. We'll visit with Craig, get an update when we return. You got to call 1-877-MAROONY by Checkers Little Place Big Taste by Corona, official sponsor of the timeouts. Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction going on. Craig, you down there? You got something for us?
Yes, we are. I want to tell you about our RBI program coming up. I'm not sure where Tim is, though. He may be hitting Tim is the guy. There he is. Tim's shooting that shot of the band. But we're going to tell you about, as you look at the band, the RBI program, one of the benefactors of the big night here that we'll be raising funds for. And we want to talk to 2 people about it. First of all, big event is coming. Tell us your name and what's happening. Good to see you.
Hey, my name is George Barber, and we had a fantasy auction.
And what about the RBI? Now you got an event coming up this weekend, Saturday?
Yeah, we do. Actually, I think if it's not, it's the Woodbat Tournament Championship. If not, I'm mistaken.
Okay.
And
and I know this is one of the big benefactors too. There's a boys program, of course,
Right.
and also a girls program. Many people may not realize, but great softball player. Here's Vanessa on the yellow team. How's your team doing so far?
We're actually number one. There's 5 teams, so we're top at our game right now.
Good stuff. And how many years you been in the RBI program? And for people out there, can you give a little hint of what that is all about?
Well, the RBI program offers and all girls that aren't able to play softball because their families aren't financially stable.
Yep.
Yeah, so the RBI gives all communities the opportunity to be part of the softball teams. So
That's great.
this is my second year doing it.
What'd you hit last year? Do you remember? Average?
Probably around like a 300.
Nice. That's the Hall of Fame for us. All right, the RBI program, one of the benefactors, the boys teams, the girls teams, and the Marlins are so happy, along with Major League Baseball, to help contribute to one of the great programs, help kids get involved with the game. Guys, good to see you, and we'll see you Saturday night at that event, okay?
okay, no problem.
Hanley Ramirez standing in. Craig, what's the action on the board, both the big board and the little
Let's take
board?
a look at the board here. Rich, let's see, our leader is still Road Trip with the Mets. Judith Gibson's at 4,000. We've got some action on the golf club now. Everything is into 4 figures, 1,100. 3,700 the Marlins watch party. 2,200 on the cruise. Over on the board here, Salty Pete here has got the lead on the swim with the Dolphins, myself and the Mermaids. And the high bid is Gordy, 450 on the hitting with Jorge Cantu. Is that our Gordy?
That is, I think.
Wow.
That is our Gordy.
Gordy was a little windy earlier
Right.
today.
Let's explain some of those things on the little board. The play ball kids experience. A kid gets to drop the rosin bag and gets to announce let's play ball before a Marlins game. The Orioles package, that's an Earl Weaver signed ball, Jim Palmer and Bobby Grich signed photos, Cal Ripken bobblehead, and other Orioles memorabilia. The swim with the Dolphins is at the Seaquarium. 3 guests can swim with the Dolphins, Craig and the Mermaids. 2 mermaids, 1 Craig. 3 guests swim with them at the Miami Seaquarium. The SAP experience is with Cookie and Raul and Tony Perez. On August 27th, it's for 2 people. You meet Cookie and Raul and Tony at the Landshark Stadium broadcast booth. Then you're going to have breakfast in the press box, Kentucky Fried KFC in-game, and you'll get that look into their booth. You get club seats, and you get tickets to the Marlins Fish and Chips event after the ball game. Cantu drops the barrel of the bat down, lines it to left field, and that gets over the head of Reimold and bounces back towards the infield. And the Marlins have just their 2nd hit of this ball game.
Well, it gives us time to get you a look at our checkers double of the game. And this is a nice bit of hitting by Jorge Cantu. A little bit full, but he stays right with it, almost one-handed. Hits it off the scoreboard. Reimold kind of gets a little close to the wall, but a double all the way for Cantu.
By the way, one of the items on the little board is a hitting lesson with Cantu. You saw Gordy has the lead. That will be filmed, and we will put it on Marlins Live, so you could appear on the pregame show and get a hitting lesson from Cantu.
First time the Marlins have gotten a runner to scoring position tonight.
Here's Jeremy Hermida now. Hermida bounced out back in the 2nd. Both these pitchers, Uehara and Andrew Miller, are working at a lightning pace. Uehara is 34, out of Osaka, Japan. Spent his entire career, 10 years, with Yomiuri.
2 times in his career in Japan. Won the coveted Sawamura Award. We talked about that earlier this year. It's the equivalent of the Cy Young Award. I think we talked about it in Atlanta when Kenshin Kawakami pitched. He won that award as well.
Uehara has also been a standout pitcher in the World Baseball Classic for Japan. And like a lot of Japanese pitchers, when they arrive, not only are they a finished product, but they have a variety of pitches that they have great command over.
Yeah, usually a variety of pitches and a variety of release points. A lot of them have little hesitations in their deliveries. It's just the way they've learned to throw. And their system's a little different in Japan. And it's one thing that's caught up a little bit with Uehara. They pitch once a week. A starting pitcher pitches once a week.
That one is fouled off. All right, let's bring back the duck and find out which former Oriole managed in Baltimore. That would be Frank Robinson.
Actually, Frank Robinson, an MVP in each league.
Yeah, World Series hero for the Orioles and a great MVP for the Cincinnati Reds.
One of the most feared hitters of his time. We used to see Frank all the time when he was managing the Expos and the Nationals.
Two is rolled down to first. Huff takes it himself, and Uehara has gone through the Marlins quickly. 4 scoreless innings.
Florida Marlins Baseball está disponible en español vía SAP y es presentado por KFC.
Cookie and Raúl. Hi, guys.
Tommy,
how are
¿cómo
you?
están?
Yeah. Bien, ¿y tú?
Aquí, chévere.
That one pulled foul by Melvin Moore. All right, the Cookie and Raúl experience is up on the board there, and you guys are involved in the auction tonight, correct?
Absolutely.
And
Sí, señor.
And with Tony Perez, too.
You know it. We have Cookie Rojas, Tony Perez, a Hall of Famer. We have a lot of baseball experience and knowledge that they can partake in that breakfast.
So it's breakfast with you guys, and then they get to come and sit in club seats, right, and watch the game?
Yes, so that means that even though it's a 1 o'clock start that day against the Mets, they'll be, sitting under the roof. They'll have AC, so they can enjoy the game.
And it's the Mets.
Absolutely. The Mets in the town, so should be a good game, good series.
Cookie, you and Tony will sign some baseballs for them as well?
Hombre, absolutamente.
And they get to go to the fish and chips afterwards, right?
Yes, sir. We sure do. And by the way, the one that Tommy has with the golf, the swing that I saw on TV was the same swing that he had when he was playing there, Rich.
That's the problem with my golf game.
All right, guys, have a good show.
All right, you too.
Thanks, Rich.
And we'll update you on your package as well.
All right.
Perfect.
All right, that's a one-hopper that Hanley has, spins, fires to first, and it skips by Cantu. Nolan Reimold is aboard, and the Orioles have a base runner. Now, David Sampson, the president of the Marlins, is under the weather, so pinch hitting for him. is Marlins General Manager Michael Hill. Michael, how are you?
I am well. I am well.
Now, I looked down at the big prize board down there, all the bids, and I didn't see your name.
Well, I hadn't got involved yet.
Oh, well, let's I've got a list of the
We
items.
got him decked out now. He's ready
Exactly.
to go.
I'm all laid up, so let's get after it.
The Marlins need to get after it. Both pitchers pitching well. Andrew Miller cruising. Matt Wieters stands in. Tell us about Matt Wieters from a general manager's perspective.
It's a nice piece to have, and obviously the Orioles are expecting a lot from him. A first-round pick from a couple years ago from Georgia Tech, highly regarded within the game, an offensive catcher, and should be a good one for a long time.
Yeah, many people compare him to a Joe Mauer or a Jason Varitek.
Very much so. Just a very mature young man for his age. Controls the game very well defensively, handles his pitchers well, and an offensive threat. Though it struck out there.
Yeah, I think it showed last year his maturity. A-ball, double-A, between the two, he hit around 350, hit 27 home runs. What's the last thing? I was talking to Greg Zahn about this, who is going to back up Wieters now and help him. What's the last thing that comes for a catcher, a young catcher who gets to the big leagues? Is it handling a staff?
Most definitely it's handling the staff. It's becoming familiar with the league. This guy was in college a few years ago and facing Andrew Miller when he was at Georgia Tech. So for him, there's going to be an adjustment period as he gets to learn his pitching staff and what their strengths are and the weaknesses of the rest of the league. And
you have to be impressed with Andrew Miller tonight.
No question. You said it here earlier in the show. He's really settled into his delivery now, and that's the thing that Mark Wiley and Freddie and all of us really worked hard this offseason, was to get him comfortable working towards the plate so that his arm could really work for him and he could repeat pitches.
Robert Andino sends a fly ball out to right. Jeremy Hermida makes the catch. Stick around, Michael. We're going to go to the big board and the little board, and we'll get a package for you to bid on. We'll get you involved in this when we return. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Not a lot of highlights in this one. The weather was the biggest highlight to begin things. And, of course, we're still going at it with our Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction. We check in with Craig Minervini. Craig?
All right, we are over on the big board. Quickly counting the Sharp Business Systems big board. We're almost at 20,000 total here, but plenty of time to get in on some of the bids. Right now, let's see, the Marlin VIP experience is your best buy at $1,000. Tell you about that one. First pitch at a 2009 Marlins game, VIP tour of the stadium, including watching batting practice on the field. Meet and greet with Niner. 4 batter's box tickets to the game and a Marlins gift bag delivered to your seats by Billy the Marlin and Marlin Mermaids. The VIP experience, number 6. Call 305-626-7218.
Yeah, the bidding closes on last out, and Michael Hill is with us now. Now, Michael, you've seen the prizes as Dan Uggla stands in against Uehara. What interests you in the packages?
I want to hear a little bit more about this golf experience with Hut.
That's because you've seen me play golf. That's why.
No, this is an experience I don't think anyone should pass up. The opportunity to play with Hut and see that booming drive.
Booming drive. Did he say booming drive?
And his name is Dan Uggla.
He mollywopped that one out to left field.
Second hit for Daniel, and remember his first base hit. That was a great sign. It was a 2-strike pitch. He went the other way on a pretty good pitch, and all of a sudden it looks like he's locked in.
That's something we haven't seen from our guys tonight is with Uehara pitching, you need to be patient, sit back on balls so you can drive them, and right there Dan did a great job of doing that.
And the game tied now 1-1 for Uggla. 14 on the season now. Ross and Baker to follow.
And Rich, we have to make an addendum and an addition to the golf experience. Thanks to our good friend Larry Sugarman at Palm Beach Golf. Added to that gift is a set of Mizuno ML 950s, 3-through pitching wedge. The 3 and 4 are hybrids.
Oh, wow.
So that's a good set of clubs. They're regular steel shafts. I know you can swing those steel shafts.
So golf and lunch with you plus free clubs?
Oh, yeah.
Where do I sign up?
Craig, what's the total on that right now? Where are we on the Tommy Hutton golf
Tommy
experience?
Hutton is, well, it's goodbye, $1,100. Trey Band.
$1,100.
Yeah, that's
now, Michael, can you do better than $1,100?
Wow.
Don't forget, you get the foursome in addition. What? 1, 2, 3, 4 other courses.
Yeah, 4 other courses. Foursomes there. And you get now a set of Mizuno irons along with the hybrid clubs.
Is that right? Should we put the Mizuno irons? Okay.
Yeah, Mizuno irons added to that one. Cody Ross nearly added to Uehara as he lines it into center field.
The guy's starting to lock in a little bit.
Yeah, like these add-ons. Guys are having better swings. There's the Parkland Golf Club experience.
So, Michael, are you going to bid, or are you?
When I get off with you, I'm going to call up the boss and see what she'll allow me to do.
Now, would your wife like? There's a couple of trips too. The Bahama Treasure Package trip might be to her liking. 3-night stay at the Treasure Cay Hotel in the Bahamas. Round trip airfare. Limo. You get a case of Tommy Bahama rum.
These packages are unbelievable.
There's some good stuff. And we still have plenty of time.
John Baker, who has bounced out, he's 0 for 1. If you've just joined us, the Marlins and the Orioles opening their 3-game series, all tied at 1. Good pitching tonight from Koji Uehara and Andrew Miller. And there's the rum. With a Tommy Bahama scented candle. That could be you.
That looks good.
That could be me.
So you're when we're done with you, you're going to check with home and see which one is appealing.
See which one the boss wants, and whatever the boss says, and we're in.
All right, next half inning, we expect to see Hill up on the big board.
And either way, it's always a pleasure having you here. So it doesn't matter.
Definitely.
And on our mini board, John Baker is on the mini board. The big board item is the one, you're the big shooter, so you're going to go for the big board. The mini board, playing catch with John Baker, is on there. And so any fan out there can play catch with Bake.
I think just the allure of that, not only to play catch with a big leaguer, but to chat and talk with John Baker. You and I get to do that all the time. Just a great young man to be able to sit and talk a little baseball with, talk anything with John Baker.
He'll talk anything with you. Very intellectual, and it'd be a great experience for anyone.
And like we told you, that will be filmed, and we will feature your catch with Bake on Marlins Live. Bake takes down low. We know that Mr. Baker is probably watching from the San Francisco Bay Area.
He had a great weekend here, Yankee series. Saw him hanging around the batting cage.
Former professional ball player himself. Here's the 2-2. whom we would never big league in a hotel lobby.
Never.
Here's the mini board item. Play catch with Bake. 305-626-7218. 305-626-7218 is the number, and you can get in on all of the items.
He will show you how to take a bat off the side of the head. Albert Pujols.
How about a line drive to left field? So the Marlins seem to have solved Uehara here.
I like what you said, Michael. You get a guy like this you haven't seen who's not just a dead fastball guy. It's taken a couple of turns.
No, definitely that first time through, you saw a lot of our guys out front, out on their front foot, and some bad hacks first time through the lineup. But I think they're showing a lot more patience here second time through the lineup.
And that's been his M.O. this year. Third time around, hitters hitting .330 against him. First time a little over 200.
Yeah, and Jim Presley's advice to his hitters, don't go up there, don't be flopping up there against Uehara.
Can you say that again? What was that advice from Jim Presley?
Contractually, I have to say it just once. And then
there's a story to that, we'll tell you.
I would love to hear it.
Miller squaring and drops it down. Uehara off the mound makes a nice play. Mora's throw is not in time. And so Ross is out at third, and Miller is safe at first.
I think it's something that we generally see in the Asian pitchers that come over. Number one, because they have experience. They know how to play the game. Good play by Uehara there to get off the mound. He knew he had time to get the lead runner at third base. Very fundamentally sound.
On the Marlins flagship station, 790 the ticket, Dan Lebitard has a very popular show. And I was on with Dan today, and he said that if we were to work a few movie phrases in, he would make a sizable donation to the Marlins Community Foundation in the spirit of the Fox Sports Florida fantasy auction. And I think have we hit them all, Hud?
We've gotten at least three.
We've got
chocolate chunk.
Yep, that was
my favorite ice cream.
Okay, wasn't a reference to me. Okay, very good.
You're good. You can stick around for a while. You don't need to go bid on any items. Stay with us.
Just wanted to be sure.
Yes. Mollywopped. He wanted a mollywopped. We got that in with
the home run.
Yes. And so I think we're good. I think we've hit all of the ones that he wanted. So Lebitard, you can text me now with your sizable donation.
Yeah, but see, his idea of sizable might be different than your idea of sizable.
Well, we'll see.
Of course, he has a sizable contract.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I mean, he's on national television. His radio show goes everywhere. So, anyways, it's all in the spirit of raising money for the Marlins Community Foundation. Every dollar we raise tonight is turned right back around into South Florida Charities for Youth.
What better cause?
Chris Coughlin off the bag. Mora has it. Everybody is safe. My goodness.
Well, the unfortunate thing is that if that ball doesn't hit the bag, the Marlins get one run for sure. But hitting third base, then bouncing high in the air, Cogs gets the base hit. Watch this. Mora has to wait for it to come down. Great hustle from second base to third by John Baker to make sure he isn't forced at third. Look at Bo Porter. Get down. And a strong head-first slide by Baker.
So the inning sets up nicely now with the bases loaded. Rick Kranitz, a good old friend for the Marlins, pitching coach now for the Orioles. Quickly, we check in with Craig. Craig, what's going on?
Well, guys, I want to update you. Since Mike Hill has been talking how great an experience he's had with playing golf with Tommy Hutton, take a look at this. Up to $1,900. Maybe the Mizuno irons helped out, too, thrown in their package.
That might have helped out, too.
Just a little bit. And look at this, the 3 and 4
good
hybrids
stuff.
as well. But not only that.
What's the Mets trip at right now?
The watch party's at $3,700. $4,250 in the Mets trip.
Get to see New City Field.
Yep. The Fox Sports Experience is $1,600, as you can see here. And the cruise is hanging in there at $2,200. That's a steal.
Bonifacio pops it up. Mora comes over towards the wall, and he runs out of room. Michael, let's talk about Emilio Bonifacio right now, because the for a young hitter trying to find his way in the big leagues, it's been a rough go for him.
No question. There's been inconsistencies there, and I think the biggest thing we're trying to work on is what you saw right there. He needs to get on top of the ball and utilize that speed, which I think everyone has seen. But you can't outrun a weak fly ball like that, and that's something that Jim Presley and Freddie Gonzalez, everyone's been working with Emilio with, because his speed is such a tool for him.
Two things that you really don't want him to do, he's done in his first two at-bats, struck out and popped up. You want him to make contact and hit the ball on the ground.
His benefit to us and the pressure that he puts on the opposing team is when he gets on base and he's able to utilize that speed, and putting the ball in the air just neutralizes that 100%.
Uehara struck him out with a fastball in the first, and he popped out in the fourth.
I know that you've really enjoyed what you've seen from Chris Coughlin.
Chris has been everything that you could ask for, and has really just continued what he's done in the minor leagues, and that's something that you really like to see with young players, is that they don't change their game, they stay within themselves, and they just do what they're capable of doing, and I think it's been a treat to see what Chris is capable of doing.
Bases filled with fish. Uehara, Wieters, Huff, and a unlikely 1-2-3 double play. All right, call home, find out what your limit is, and get in there and bid.
All right. People of South Florida, make those phone calls. Great cause.
Michael Hill.
Thanks, Michael.
Tomorrow on Sun Sports High Definition on Thursday, and then Friday it's off to St. Pete for the Rays on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We check in with Craig Minervini. Craig?
Thank you, Rich. We're on the Sharp Business Systems big board over here, and we're going to look at number 6, the Marlins VIP Experience. Evans has it at $1,400. This is a great item for you. First pitch, this is hard to do. First pitch at a 2009 Marlins game, right from the hill. How about that? VIP tour of the stadium, including batting practice on the field. You'll meet and greet Jeff Conine. 4 batter's box tickets to the game. Marlins gift bag delivered to your seats by Billy the Marlin, the Marlin Mermaids. That's number 6, the Marlins VIP Experience. 305-626-7218. And guys, what about this cruise? $2,300. The cruise alone is worth nearly $4,000. That doesn't even include the shirts.
What are the bid increments, Craig?
I believe, I want to say $100.
All right, put me up for $2,400.
You got it.
All right. Right now,
Kelly.
See, the shirts alone
Rich
would be
Waltz.
over $1,500.
305-626.
$2,400.
7218. Rich Waltz, Tommy Hutton. We've been joined now up in the booth by a couple of big Marlin supporters. The Big Kahuna is with us, one of the manatees.
Hello, everybody. We're here to present you because it's a Hawaiian theme auction. Little Hawaiian hat with a lei.
Oh,
you got a clicker already there.
Yep.
And same thing for you, sir.
Nice.
And a little clicker so we can actually root the Marlins onto a win. It's 1-1, but I think we're going to pull it off.
All right.
Billy, do you have a comment? Nice.
He says he loves you guys
Yeah.
and is enjoying the food at the buffet.
No, now,
But you didn't bring any up.
No,
though.
the only thing he didn't eat was the smoked fish dip, though.
Oh, okay.
are the manatees down by the buffet or just you?
No, just me. It's a Hawaiian theme. Yeah, there would be no buffet if the
That's a
manatees
good
were
thing.
there.
Hey, we appreciate your support and
you.
your work every Friday and Saturday night.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming up here.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Big Kahuna.
All right, phone lines, there they are, 305 626 7218. 305, there's one of the manatees, 626 7218. And if you give that number a call, you can get in on the big board items, the little board items, and you can also buy the pledge pack for just $100. Marlins.com/fantasy for your menu of items. Marlins.com/fantasy. I had this fantasy, Tommy, that we'd be out in right field in the Tiki Hut until 60, 70 mile an hour winds hit here about 3 o'clock.
In the meantime.
And it's back to reality.
Yeah, well, let me interject just a little bit of baseball because we've got some great things going on with the auction. Andrew Miller has given up just the one base hit. That was the leadoff double from Brian Roberts. He has been locked in ever since. Good pace, good rhythm, using all three of his pitches.
Yeah, the base runner in the fifth was Nolan Reimold. That was ruled an error on Hanley Ramirez. And he walks Brian Roberts. All right, this is today. This is what had happened at the ballpark. There's our crew out there trying to keep the Tiki Hut in one piece. Now watch the poor grounds crew and the tarp.
Boy, that tarp is dangerous when that wind kicks up.
So is the Tiki Hut. And that's why there's the camera. Is the camera guy under the camera? We were happy to report that all of our crew and all the grounds crew are safe and fine. Nobody was injured.
You know, I was watching Gordy there. Gordy looked like Samson trying to hold the pillars up.
Not David Sampson.
Not David Sampson. He was strong-hold. He had both sides and just couldn't quite do it.
But you couldn't see Bobby because the tent had partially collapsed on Bobby. You could see Gordy.
What a job those two guys did.
Markakis with Roberts at first. Roberts is a stolen base threat for sure. He swiped 40 last year, 50 the year before. Markakis drove in a run on the sac fly. That was in the first.
And how about Bill? Had the RoboCam set up down there. Had to switch everything up here in the booth.
Hanley might be two. Ugla makes the turn in time. Andrew Miller rolls the deuce. And the Marlins and the Orioles are all tied at 1.
Fox Sports Net Polo t-shirt. Fox Sports Marlin cap. Florida Marlin New Era cap like we wear. Tommy Bahama cap. My favorite Dan Ugla piggy bank. Tommy Bahama golf balls. And yours truly baseball, signed by me.
Good stuff, Cody. These are the pledge packs right here. For $100, you get all of those things. 11 items in here, including, as he mentioned, that piggy bank, season ticket holder gift, some great stuff in here. And there it is, guys. Good deal. For $100, you can get involved, too, and help out the charity, including the autographed baseball. Boy, that's great stuff. Marlins Clapper, Tommy Bahama coupons, and only $100, and you can help out the Marlins Community Foundation. Guys?
All right, Hanley Ramirez standing in. Hanley, along with Jorge Cantu and Jeremy Hermida. O'Hara misses up and in. I think it hit Hanley.
It sounded like it did. Rich, I also like the way, and I think it's something that fans don't read enough about, that the Marlins players have participated in many ways in this auction as well. And the way they do throughout the season, helping Nancy Olson and the Community Foundation.
Yeah, the Marlins get great participation and cooperation from everybody. Hanley, Ugla, Cantu, Baker, all the way up and down the lineup. We did the pledge packs, Tommy, for our viewers, especially for those that can't afford the larger items. It's a chance, number one, for you to get involved at just $100. But we know that there are viewers that watch the Major League package, that watch on MLB.TV, computers that watch all over the place, and from any spot on the globe. If you call that number, 305-626-7218, we will send you the pledge pack. For a $100 pledge, we will send you that pledge pack so you can wear a Marlins hat. You can root Hanley Ramirez on into second base with a double.
And you do all that, and you can vote for Hanley Ramirez for the All-Star game as well.
Yeah, so if you're online watching us, give us a call. 150 career doubles for Hanley Ramirez, 22 now on the season, and he opens up the sixth. Here comes Cantu.
Boy, and that ball was absolutely smoked by Hanley.
Good news for Hanley yesterday when the updated National League All-Star ballots came out. About 150,000 vote lead over Jimmy Rollins. So Hanley right now is leading at short. Braun, Beltran, and Ibanez in the outfield. Look at the lead that Ibanez has.
Interesting, Beltran and Ibanez both on the disabled list now.
Chase Utley now at second with Wright and Pujols. Yadier Molina behind the plate. Cantu takes a breaking ball down low. I know it's a Tuesday. It's not an email Tuesday, so we apologize for
We're going to do that tomorrow night?
We'll do that. We'll do a email Wednesday. But to all of you emailers that live in North Carolina or up in the Northwest or down in San Diego, high pop. That would be Andino. And Robert calls for it and makes the catch. You can wear your Marlins hat, get a Cody Ross ball. There's the right-hander Brian Bass. That Cody Ross ball, by the way, is authenticated. It's got the Major League hologram on it, Cody's signature on it. You get a Fox Sports polo, just like Tommy and I wear.
Hey, maybe the guy in Milwaukee who caught Coughlin's home run will contribute to get a few Marlins items.
305-626-7218 is the number to call. Well, the Marlins can't move Hanley up 90 feet. Hermida takes a strike.
Yeah, they had a great opportunity last inning with the bases loaded and one out. Who would expect Bonifacio to hit into a double play? But he did. And that opportunity, the Marlins got one run out of 4 hits in that inning. One of those hits, the only run, a home run. So another opportunity here with the leadoff double from Hanley.
Jeremy is 0 for 2. He has bounced out twice. Maybe our friends over in the Netherlands will buy a pledge pack. Those of you in England that watch on the internet. Tomorrow, Ricky Nolasco gets the start for the Fish. The Orioles send a youngster out there. Jason Birkin will make just his 6th Major League start. Boy, Uehara has been impossible for some hitters to even touch. Coors Light 6th inning, Coors Light freeze cam. How about Chris Coughlin? Where's this one going to land? Right on the bag. Everybody was safe. The Frostbrewed Coors Light freeze cam, but unfortunately, as Tommy pointed out, Bonifacio bounced into a double play to finish the inning.
And this inning started well, but the last 2 outs, last 2 batters, it hasn't looked good. 2 strikeouts for Uehara.
And a pop-up.
And he gets out of the inning after the leadoff double.
Wow. Aubrey Huff makes the catch, and the Marlins waste that double. On we go to the 7th. We got to get the dancing tiki girl out.
Last year's watch party, one of the featured events. Frank Fort will televise this party for an upcoming show. Catered dinner for 20 at your home, provided by Gourmet Creations and Event Planners. Don't forget, you get a 46-inch Samsung TV, courtesy of our friends at Best Buy. A visit from Billy the Marlin, and not to mention that, Alex, hold this up. We're going to get a shot of, what's a watch party without a watch? Right?
Correct. This is the Tag Heuer Aqua Racer 500M, brand new, great dive watch. Scratch-resistant crystal, water-resistant down to 1,600 feet, retails for $2,450. Mayer's Jewelers, everywhere.
Alex is from Mayer's, so that is part of the package with the watch party, the catered dinner, the play by Bonifacio. Alex, you're a former ball player.
Yes, sir. Played with in the minor leagues with the St. Louis Cardinals for 4 years. In the 80s, long time ago.
Well, it's a great watch. I know you're excited Mayors to be part of the fantasy auction.
We love it, and we've got a great summer sale going on right now. Great deals, unbelievable pieces. I've been with Mayors for 10 years, and I've never seen the goods that are coming out on sale right now. Summer sale till July 5th.
You can go how far deep with this?
You can go 1,660 feet. You may explode, but the watch is going to be fine.
I'm saying that's pretty deep if you're not in a submarine. All right, thanks, Alex. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, there you go, guys.
All right, good stuff, Craig. And a nice watch. And Aubrey Huff is up. He's 0 for 2. Bonifacio made one play to his right, one play to his left. And Andrew Miller, speaking of going deep, Andrew Miller going deep into this ball game.
How about 12 ground ball outs that Andrew Miller has induced? And if you think about his career, here he is working in the 7th inning. He has 2 outs. His career high is 7 innings pitched, and lots of cues tonight. That's why he's been able to get this deep.
Melvin Mora up. And Mora takes a breaking ball that is inside. Melvin Mora has had a nice run in Baltimore. This is his 10th year as an Oriole, 2-time All-Star. And, of course, he made big headlines back in 2001. Actually, his wife did when she delivered quintuplets. Now, the cues are not for the quintuplets for Melvin Moore. The cues are quick outs, 3 pitches or less.
So a lot of those tonight from Andrew Miller. He has been spectacular.
We just happened to show you the cues when Moore was up.
And so was Melvin Mora's wife when she delivered the quintuplets, 2 boys and 3 girls.
And they have another child as well, so 6 kids. So it's nice that he's been able to play well and have a nice run in Baltimore. He's Venezuelan, and he's still got some pop in that bat. He drove in 104 runs last year. Miller's pitch count, a slender 77. And Mora is aboard. All right, the Goodyear.com blimp experience is back this year. If you haven't been up in the blimp, this is your chance.
Explain that a little bit, Rich, because I know you go every year. It's a great trip.
It's for 4 people, so you can get 4 people up on the blimp. Whole Foods Market Coral Springs donates a gourmet gift basket, so you have something to eat on the blimp. And South Florida Goodyear Dealers throws in a new set of Goodyear radials. So if you've got a car that needs some new tires, a new set of Goodyear radials.
Now, is that an addition from last year? The tires?
Absolutely.
That's great. That's spectacular.
There you go. It's at $2,500 right now. We can do better than that, folks. And one word of warning. Last bid comes in, last out. So if you've got a package that you're interested in and you've called in once or twice, we're in the 7th. If we get to the 9th and somebody hits a walk-off shot, all of a sudden who's ever up on the board gets the prize. Craig, we've got some action. Big board or little board?
Boy, they're both boards, but the mini board here, look at this. The hitting with Cantu 500, game used jersey. This game tonight, Cody Ross, 750. Play catch with John Baker, 1,000 from Mrs. Baker. No, wait a minute. No, that's not Mrs. 1,000, that's great, huh, guys? The Orioles package, we should mention, includes an Earl Weaver autographed baseball, 8x10 of Jim Palmer autograph.
Two Hall of Famers.
Right, from Cal Ripken.
Yep.
And I left out one other one giveaway on that. And that is a Bobby Grinch 8x10 autograph picture. That's good stuff for Oriole fans watching.
Craig, how's the now we need to get some more coin going on your experience, the swim with the Dolphins and the Mermaids.
The good news is we got rid of Salty Pete.
All right.
And we're up to 550 here. I'm saying that because Pete works in the truck. Swim with the Dolphins, myself, the Marlin Mermaids right here at the Miami Aquarium. Not bad. Play ball experience, $400. These all have some room and a few innings to go.
All right, Andrew Miller, big strikeout, big hook to get Nolan Reimold. 1-1. 305-626-7218. All the items that you've seen tonight you can bid on right now. And this game is getting into the later stages. So items such as swimming with the Mermaids and the Dolphins and Craig might be moving quickly. Craig, what's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, I want to talk about the big board here on our Sharp Business Systems big board. The road trip with the Marlins and the Mets is at $42.50. Now, this is an amazing deal here. First of all, you get to see Citi Field, but not only that, you got tickets to all the games in this series. You get a chance to spend some time with us on the trip to Citi Field. It could be, and the way things are looking, it's going to be, for if not both of the teams, at least one of the teams, a very important September series. Keep that in mind. That's this year's September 8th to the 10th. Airfare for 2, hotel stay for 2 nights at our team hotel. And I believe that alone will run you, if you were doing it yourself, upwards of $350 a night just for the hotel. Baseball's autographed by Met players Castillo, Maine, and Schneider. You get a 2009 autographed Marlins team baseball. Watch batting practice on the field. Meet and eat with me. We'll enjoy a Nathan's hot dog and 2 tickets to a live taping of Live with Regis and Kelly during your trip. Good stuff. Number 8, road trip with Mets and the Marlins coming up in September.
Cody Ross sends one into center field against Danny Baez. The Marlins trying to sneak ahead here in a 1-1 ball game. There's the road trip, Tommy. It's off to Citi Field. You get a behind-the-scenes look at Citi Field. You get a chance to come down to batting practice, stay at the team hotel. The New York Hilton with us. Tickets to all 3 games.
And we got to see the excitement that Lori had, who bid on this last year and came to Philadelphia. So it's a fun-filled package. There are a lot of things there.
Regis and Kelly, you get to go to a taping. Our good friend Regis, a Marlins fan.
So Regis anteed up.
Yes, he did. Regis provided us with...
well, that's because he got the Tommy Bahama shirt.
Yeah, that's true. Cody Ross has a couple of hits. Baker sends the bunt down. Mora gets an out there. Almost an out there. The Marlins twice now have been unable to sacrifice runners up. And both times it's been Cody Ross who's been thrown out on the base.
They have just not done a good job in the little things tonight, and you play a 1-1 game, you just have to. A little bit too hard on that bunt. The idea was right by Bake. He's trying to push it, make Mora field it, but a little too hard. Mora made a good play to get the force at second base.
And so now with Baker at first, the Marlins are going to pinch hit for Andrew Miller. So Miller, after 7 innings, if this were a 5-1 game, Andrew Miller would still be in there. But the Marlins need a run. It's the bottom of the 7th. And Baker dives back. So Ross Glode is pinch hitting. Leo Nunez is in the bullpen.
Andrew Miller was only at 83 pitches, but you got to try to take a shot at this point of the game.
This is the point of the Orioles pitching staff, which has actually been a strength, and that's their bullpen. Their bullpen has been really good this year. The starting rotation has been so-so.
Yeah, last 18 games, a 2.44 ERA from that bullpen. Rick Kranitz has enjoyed what he's seen. He enjoyed what he saw from Uehara tonight.
Uehara went 6 innings. He threw only 76 pitches. Glode hooks one into right field. That's a base hit, and that's a professional.
He is the best
at bat.
He goes up there, has many times a swing where he'll stay back, hit the ball into left center. But when you put him up there with a man at first, you got this hole open over there. He rolls over on that pitch. He moves up on the plate, gets a pitch he can pull, and there it is, a base hit. Most left-handers, if they think that way, enjoy hitting with that hole open on the right side. And he continues to do a terrific job coming off the bench as a pinch hitter. That was number 8 on the year, 8th pinch hit of the season.
Now it's Coughlin with Bonifacio behind him. Baez misses down low. Coughlin tonight has singled in 3 trips. The Marlins have 9 hits.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're the Orioles, and we'll say this occasionally during the course of a season, the Orioles are saying, you know, it's a 1-1 tie. We only have 1 hit. And the Marlins have 1 run and 9 hits.
Coughlin takes a strike. A Toyota Trend tonight. Marlins have 7 wins against the American League East. The Orioles have just 11. Toronto has just 6.
Come on, Danny!
Of course, the sweep in Toronto, winning 2 of 3 from the Yankees and winning 1 of 3 from Boston. Wieters with a nice job behind the plate. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is. He's going to be a good one for a long time.
Not many young catchers can step in and catch at the big league level just a year after they sign. Coughlin ground ball, base hit left field. Baker to third, and he'll hold there. And so the Marlins are right back where they were in the 5th with the bases loaded and Bonifacio coming up.
Well, again, you see that sweet swing of Chris Coughlin. A little sinking fastball down and away. And watch how he just takes it and hammers it between third and short. Hit it so hard that nobody could score on that. Baker couldn't score from second, so yeah, you're right. Here they are, bases loaded, 1 out, and here's Bonifacio again.
The last thing you expect Bonifacio to do is hit into a double play, and that's what he did. He bounced one back to the mound in the 5th. Bags are loaded, middle infield is back for 2, corners are in. Ball in the dirt. This was the 5th inning.
Yeah, you're not thinking double play with his speed, but right back to the mound, a terrific play by O'Hara. And the old 1-2-3 double play is turned. And that was huge for Baltimore.
Bonifacio fouls it back. It's 1-1. Let's check in with Frank. Frank?
Thanks very much, Rich. While all the fantasy auction stuff is going on, if you were not with us on Marlins Live pregame, a little bit of news today. Major League Baseball did not uphold the protest by the New York Yankees filed in Sunday's game. That protest was denied. The Marlins' 6-5 win does stand. The last time a protest was upheld was back in 1986, so the Yanks' chances were not good. They didn't come through.
Chopper over the middle. Safe at second and safe at first. They missed the tag at second, late on the throw at first. Everybody's safe, and it's 2-1. John Hirschbeck, the second base umpire right now, jawing with Roberts and Andino. Here comes Dave Tremblay out. Andino thought he got the bag.
Well, now you can see what Michael Hill was talking about when he mentioned that speed and what the speed can do when he puts the ball in play. So Bonifacio has that speed. He makes Andino hurry and rush a little bit. Even if he does touch the base, he doesn't get the out at first, and he doesn't touch the base. He came up a few inches short, and everybody's safe. A good call by John Hirschbeck at second base. Andino gets his momentum going a little bit the other way. He can't get the bag, has no argument because he missed it. Good camera work.
Great work by our crew who has worked so hard.
So that should be an infield base hit, too.
Yep. And an RBI.
And an RBI.
And as a special added bonus, this add-on, Tommy, Hanley Ramirez gets the hit with the bases loaded. Look at Hirschbeck.
You say that's how much you missed it by.
Hanley has doubled in 3 at-bats. Oh, and 1. 10 hits now. 2 runs. But a chance certainly with Glode, Coughlin.
There's a chance to bust it open right here.
Bonifacio. And if he could put it in the gap, what great speed you've got on the tail end with Bonifacio.
If he puts it in the gap, I'm just going to watch Bonifacio. You tell me about the other stuff.
Here's the 0-1. It's down low. We've got our auction still going on. There's the number to call, 305-626-7218. And now that the Marlins have a run, the likelihood is that this game is going to end in the 9th inning, which ends the bidding. So if you're in on an item, get busy. Get on the phone and get your best bid in. Hanley, deep left field, get
slam department.
Hanley just entered his bid.
Remember the rocket he hit last time up for a double. A solid swing. This one every bit as solid. It was supposed to be away. It tailed back middle of the plate. Hanley Ramirez was ready for it. Home run number 10 on the year. Hanley has 40 RBIs now. All-star vote for Hanley Ramirez. He leads. You want him to continue to lead and be in that game in St. Louis.
Pitching change coming up. The Marlins crack it open. Look at the Tiki lady go. The Tiki gods are happy. Here's Armoruni. Call to the bullpen.
When you need a car, truck.
Jorge Cantu takes inside corner for a strike. Chris Ray on the mound. There's Hanley. And he left the building for the 10th time this year. A grand slam, his second of the season. 0-2 to Cantu.
Rich, and by the way, before the Bonifacio, Felix Pie comes in the game in a double switch. Before Bonifacio got his infield base hit with the bases loaded, the Marlins in their last 5 games had been 3 for 42 with runners in scoring position. So all of a sudden, that base hit and then the grand slam helps that cause. And what a shot by Hanley.
Cantu takes outside from Chris Ray. Our Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction. Now the big board closes at last out. We're going to keep the mini board open through the end of the post-game show. So to the end of the post-game show for the mini board items. Those are the mini board items. Those are that's the big board, the Sharp Business Systems big board. And that's the mini board. So that will be open. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Well, she's working hard.
Yes, she is. Cantu sends that one into right center field. And that's an out. That's a second out. Tommy, if you have a small business or a large business, this is the package you want. This is the Sharp Business Systems Office Invasion. That printer scanner, my friend, the Frontier Series printer scanner, that's worth about $8,000. And it comes with delivery, installation, and a 1-year service contract. And a Papa John's pizza party. And the Mermaids, Billy the Marlin, and a player will invade your office. That is the Sharp Business Systems Office Invasion. This is the Hanley Ramirez Grand Slam. 305-626-7218. You got about an inning and a half the way this one's going. AJ, get on the phone. Call us up, and we'll check in briefly after Leo Nunez delivers a fastball that misses, and it's 1-0. Let's properly introduce Leo Nunez, shall we?
Well, he comes in a familiar inning, the 8th inning, and gets ready to work. He was involved in a little bit of controversy when he pitched the 8th inning on Sunday and had to wait as the protest was put into effect.
Now, Tommy, you and I never like to speculate on things, but we had to, and everybody else did, as Joe Girardi protested. And our speculation was that the reason Girardi was out there so long is he wanted Nunez out of the game as well as De Aza, and it turns out we were right. That's why he was waiting.
That was the main focus, I think, on his protest.
Wieters hits a fly ball to left field and deep. Coughlin's going to watch this one go up in the seats. And Matt Wieters hits his second big league home run.
Now you can see why they are going to love this young man, a switch-hitting catcher with power. Last year, between A-ball and Double-A, he hit 27 home runs and had over 90 RBIs. Not too far removed from Georgia Tech. And obviously a pitch up. You see John Baker reaching for the fastball, and Wieters stay right on it.
Guys, quick story about Matt Wieters as there's another base hit.
Robert Andino sends it to left field. Coughlin cuts it off.
Quick story about Matt Wieters. I was broadcasting a game for Fox Sports Florida back when Wieters was a freshman at Georgia Tech against the University of Miami. What a versatile guy. He played the first 5 innings at first base. The catcher got dehydrated, so he went behind the plate for innings 6, 7, and 8, and then went to the mound and closed the game in the 9th inning. Now, in college baseball, sometimes you see position players, outfielders, first basemen come in and pitch, but I had never seen a guy in one inning after another go from behind the plate to the mound, let alone close the game.
Well, this is not a good sight as Freddie Gonzalez comes out with Sean Cunningham. And Leo Nunez is going to get a visit. And he's pointing towards that right shin or ankle. And he's coming out.
You know, I guess you say, if you think good news is it's not shoulder or elbow, it's some kind of a leg injury. Hope it's not too serious, though.
We'll give you an update when we return. Here's our Marooney called to the bullpen.
When you need a car, truck or van, who you gonna call?
Nunez out. We really couldn't find anything on the last pitch from Nunez. Comes off as he usually does. But after he got back to the mound, he and Hanley chatted. Baker wanted to know what was up, and the trainer came out. And so Nunez is out, Meyer is in, and we go to the big board and the little board and Craig Minervini. What's up, Craig?
Well, guys, we've been talking about all the money we're raising. Look at the numbers. This is great, and continues to raise. We'll give you more information, but we want to put a little thought behind this, and that's who benefits from the Florida Marlins Community Foundation. It's the Boys and Girls Club, Justin Hankerson, the Broward County Youth of the Year at Fort Lauderdale, the Boys and Girls Club. You work there now. You used to go there, and tell us what's going on at Fort Lauderdale. And congratulations winning that great award.
Well, thank you. I work there now, as you said. I've been going there since I was 7. I'm currently the Youth of the Year. I'm the president of my team club, the Keystone Club, and I'm also the president for the Broward County Keystone Club.
Good for you. A graduate of Stranahan High School. You went there as a youngster, got a chance to. What did it do for you as a kid going there?
It really helped me stay out of trouble. It was a place where I could go to just hang out and be with friends, but now it's become more. It's become a place where I just do community service and help people and save lives, you know.
You're there every day now, right?
Every day.
It's a job?
It's a job. It's a lot of work, but I enjoy it. I really do.
Good stuff, and congratulations again, Justin Hankerson, Youth of the Year right there from Broward County Boys and Girls Club. Let's give you an update, guys. The cruise is now up to $3,800. We've got a little battle going on here between George Evans and Mr. Runner here. We're up to $3,800 there on the cruise. Over $5,000 for the road trip now with the Marlins and the Mets. $5,000 the Marlins watch party, and the Bahama Treasure package at $2,200. Remember, this ends at the end of the game. Mini board stays open through the postgame.
Yeah, and one note, Craig, we're all sold out on the pledge pack.
Yes, pledge packs
that's good stuff.
Gone like Hanley's shot.
That's right.
Yeah.
So thank you for everyone, wherever you are. If you're in Florida or anywhere watching on the internet or on the dish, thank you for participating. Your donation will be sent right to places like the Boys and Girls Club here in South Florida.
Just seeing Craig interview that young man tells you what a great situation that is with the Community Foundation, what they are able to do with the donations they can make.
Oscar Salazar is pinch hitting in the pitcher spot. Meyer throws a fastball that's sent into the seats. Now, the Marlins Community Foundation, Nancy Olson, the director, she is in and out of this community all the time, and the foundation does such great work for youth through arts, education, baseball.
It's one of those things, Rich, that I always used to get upset when before the Marlins got their new ballpark.
Little pop-up, and that's going to nestle in for a base hit. Vermita picks it up, and Andino ends up at third base.
You would hear about the club maybe moving to some other city, and people don't realize the impact a major league team has on its city.
And the contributions they make in the community. Our Geico quote of the night from Dave Tremblay, the skipper of the Orioles. If they could hit, they wouldn't be pitching. They are paid to get people out. Starters, well, they bunt. Relief pitchers, they get pinch hit for. Basic stuff. Talking about his interleague philosophy.
And all of a sudden, the Marlins can't get an out.
His strategy works there. He pinch hits, and Salazar gets the hit. Roberts fouls it back. Well, it's a hot team, Tommy. They won 5 in a row. The Orioles, and they've beaten good teams. I mean, they went into Philadelphia and swept the Phillies. They won 2 from the Mets.
And by the way, the Phillies, now that they're away from Citizens Bank Park, they're in Tampa, in St. Pete, and they have a 10-1 lead over the Rays.
It's a battle of lefties, right? A young one and an old one.
Yeah, I got a feeling the young one's out of there. David Price and Jamie Moyer.
10-1, 6th inning.
Wow. Yeah, Philadelphia on the road this year, 23-9.
Brian Sanchez almost got clipped by that line drive there.
By the way, that might have been right down where we would have been.
I think so. Here's
this line drive. One hop. Would have come up a little short of us.
Well, our spot is
we'd have been ready, though.
Essentially torn and tattered out there from the wind. That's where we were going to be sitting.
Right,
Sandbags.
we were supposed to be right there, yeah.
That would have been something. 1-2. So we've makeshifted it. You know, the one thing we haven't shown today is the infamous dancing tiki girl. And there she is. She's like the 8th inning guy.
Yeah.
She comes in the 8th inning, lets everybody know that the auction is coming to a close. So get your bids in. If you're in on an item or you're going back and forth on an item, now's the time to do it. You don't want to get cut short by the 3rd out in the 9th inning.
But, Rich, she has a healthy ankle. And that's the report on Leo Nunez, a right ankle sprain.
Look at that, folks.
See, this is technology right here. Right ankle strain. Got that from Matt Roebuck in the Marlins PR department.
Yeah, and we got a few more wacky hula girls, so to speak, around this ballpark. We could use some of that Tommy Bahama rum right about now, by the way. 8th inning, 2-2 count on Roberts. 6-2 Fish on top. Dan Meyer. Roberts hits a ground ball to third. Bonifacio got one there. Ugless turn. Got 2 there. Nicely done. The run scores, but the Marlins trade it for 2 outs.
Yeah, they'll trade that anytime. And remember, Brian Roberts runs well. The feed was good, the turn was excellent, and the Marlins get the 5-4-3 double play. Nice job.
So here's Markakis, and he is 0 for 2. A win in this one would bring the Marlins to an even 500.
And you have to go back a ways. The last time the Marlins were an even 500, that's back on May 13th when they were 17-17. And remember, it's been against a stretch leading up to this series. The Orioles are below 500. They have been playing good baseball. They've won 5 straight. Prior to this series, every team the Marlins played in June has been a winning team with a winning record. Milwaukee, San Francisco, St. Louis, Toronto, Boston, and the Yankees.
One and 2, our Firestone leaderboards. Category tonight, fewest strikeouts by team. Well, the Orioles don't strike out much in a ballpark that is conducive to home runs.
Very good hitters ballpark, Camden Yards.
Ball in the dirt.
Mark Wiley could give you that good look, doesn't he? A couple of terrific pitching coaches in town here.
Yes, who've had influences on a lot of the pitchers the Marlins have. Myers strikes out Markakis. The injury to Nunez, Markakis doesn't like the call, but nicely done by Dan Meyer. He got the double play, then he got the punch out. Jeff Nelson was a great middle reliever. Mike Venafro, Jay Watasic, Steve Farr, and Mike Bilecki making an appearance.
I love some of those names like that.
Just for Men hair color. 6-3. The Marlins on top of the Orioles. It is our Fox Sports Florida Fantasy Auction. And we're going into the bottom of the 8th, Tommy. That means time is growing shorter with Dan Ugla and Salazar out there in left field. Let's check in with Craig Minervini and find out what's up.
Thank you, Rich. We talk about some of the benefactors from the Florida Marlins Community Foundation, and it's such a broad range here in Florida, including Teach for America. Here's Rebecca. Tell us how the Marlins Community Foundation helps out Teach for America. And, good to see you. Tell us, what is Teach for America?
Good to see you. Well, we at Teach for America know that the way that you can have opportunities in life is through your education. And so Teach for America is working to make sure that children living in poverty get the education they deserve. And so the Marlins has been helping us to bring in extraordinary leaders to teach in low-income schools to help the students achieve. Thousands and thousands of dollars from the Community Foundation, helped out by you, and big events like this help Teach for America. You work all over South Florida?
Yes, from Homestead, Overtown, Liberty City. We have almost 100 teachers. We're serving almost 8,000 children a year.
Good stuff. Money going to work. Thanks, Rebecca.
Thank you.
All right, that's good stuff. Let's update the board. The road trip with the Marlins and the Mets is up to $5,400. Remember, you may only have about 5 outs to go to get in on that one. It's a great event. Tommy, the golf here, $3,000.
Ah, good stuff.
Good, with the Mizuno irons, $5,000 on the watch party. Remember, you get the watch this year, a watch valued at over $2,500, and that's going up to $5,100.
I like to watch.
Good stuff, and the television alone, not to mention the catered dinner for $20. The Fox Sports Suite experience, $2,500, and also we'll get to the mini board later, but we went $850 on the Swim with the Dolphins, Mr. Minervini and the Marlin Mermaids. I mentioned I was going to be in a Speedo. It went down $200. So now I'm going to forget that.
Hey, Craig, let's talk about this one. This is the Bahama Treasure Package from Treasure Cay Resort. 3 nights for 2 at the Treasure Cay Hotel. Round-trip airfare. That's a fantasy in and of itself. Round-trip airfare. Don't telestrate that. From Fort Lauderdale, courtesy of Sky Limo. And a chopper to third lost in the lights. We've seen fly balls lost in the lights. That's a ground ball lost in the lights.
Now, this should be a base hit. I haven't even looked at the posting because he lost it in the lights. Is it a play that a third baseman makes? Yeah, he makes it if he doesn't lose it in the lights. But you could tell by his reaction, Melvin Mora lost that chopper in the lights. By the way, we've had a lot on our plate here tonight. But congratulations to Chris and Angie Carroll on the birth of their baby girl yesterday. Our A2 for the game tonight. So congratulations to Chris and Angie.
John Baker takes a fastball at the knees. Baker. And then the pitcher spot, and that's Wes Helms on deck. Bake hits a pop-up.
I'm in such a festive mood because of all the bidding, and I'm in a good mood, and everything's going well until I looked up at the scoreboard and I saw error.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Help me feel festive again.
Maybe this will cheer you up. Do your thing, baby. There you go. Spring to life.
Okay, I feel better.
So, cheer up.
Okay.
A swing and a miss. Now, I don't want to really push your buttons here, but that's the second scoring call. Remember the ground ball that Bonifacio hit over the middle where Andino didn't step on the bag at second?
Yeah, that was not a base hit. It was ruled a fielder's choice. Now, I can say in that case, had Andino not tried to touch the bag, had there been nobody at first base, if he feels it and throws to first, he probably gets Bonifacio. So I can kind of understand that.
All right, if you're bidding on something, we're going to throw the phone number up. Time is growing short. We may be 4 outs away from ending this auction. Wes Helms trying to hustle this one out. Wieters gets him. There's the number. Hop on the phone right now. We're headed to the last half inning of this game with Matt Lindstrom coming in to save it. The Marlins on top, 6-3. 12 people get in the suite on July 17th. Tony Perez, Jack McKeon will be visiting. Billy the Marlin, the Mermaids will visit. Press Box Tour for 4, a dozen baseballs. Frank Fort will come in and do a live hit. That's July 17th against the Phillies. That's a Friday night. We might even stop by and say hello. Craig, what's going on now? There's 3 outs to go, Craig, so I expect some of these things are starting to move up a little bit.
Yes, they are. Last shot here, 3 outs to go potentially if the Orioles can't come back in this game. And you mentioned that sweet experience. It's number 7, $2,500. Fish Stripes now in the lead. Again, it's 305-626-7218. There may be some people out there been waiting, didn't want to be bidding all night, want to get in now and try and snare it at the wire here. The Bahama Treasure Package.
Hey, well, hold on. On that one, the number 3.
Number 3.
Dan Lebitard, $2,500.
Dan Lebitard, $2,500?
Yes.
Okay. Dan Lebitard, we just got it in. We'll switch it. Kelly.
And I've been authorized to go higher if someone's bidding against it.
$2,500. Oh, that's good to know.
Which one is Dan bidding on?
Number 3, the Bahama trip.
Ah, okay.
The Treasure K one.
John Doe, $2,600.
I hope he has somebody to take with him.
Adam Jones. He can take Stugatz.
It takes Stugatz, that's right.
There he is. He's on the board.
All right.
Maybe Hawk will go with
A man of his word.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, something like that.
Adam Jones, Aubrey Huff, Melvin Mora in the 9th. If you're on the board, if you're after an item, make sure you call in now, because when the final out is recorded, the last bid in gets the item. Now that's the big board. The mini board, and we'll show you the mini board in a second. The mini board will be open until the end of Marlins Live. We've sold out of the pledge packs. There's a look at the mini board. Catch with Cantu. We'll tell you more about that on the post-game show, first segment or two. Try to juice that one up. That one is fouled back to the screen. More news, Craig. What's going on?
Breaking news.
Lori's got $2,600 on the Bahama Treasure Package.
All right.
Now, are you his attorney? You could speak for Lebitard in this, Rich?
I'm texting as fast as I can.
We have a texting process going on here.
Yeah, go 2,700.
Lori from Philly, it is. She's right here. Lori, come on over here. Just remember Lori from Philly?
Hey, Lori.
Our cheese last year was cheesesteaks?
Cheesesteaks. You wanted to put ketchup on it. I was a little upset with
Good
you.
luck, but if the text goes through, it may be going up, so you stay by.
But he's with a ticket. We don't want to take stuff from him.
Oh, no, they're good guys.
They're good guys. We like them.
There's the number, 305-626-7218.
And in the meantime, Rich, Matt Lindstrom trying to nail down his 3rd straight save. It would be save number 6 for Matt during the month of June.
Aubrey Huff. Lindstrom misses with a breaking ball. Oh, 2,700 now. $3,000. Lebitard says $3,000.
$3,000.
$3,000 on number 3. Oh, Ugla with a gorgeous pick.
Oh, pick it, Daniel. Aubrey Huff could only flip his bat in the air.
There he is.
Look at that. Down to both knees, picking it. Lots of time.
So it's down to this. Foul back. Oh, look at now. See, now it's going. Now it's going. Now it's on. Tommy, run out on the field and tell Lindy to take his time here.
Look at the golf up to 33. That could go a little higher,
the Mets
too.
trip's going up. Here's the 0-1.
I tell you what got people thinking. They saw that Matt Lindstrom, his last 1-2-3 inning to pick up a save was May 20th. And they thought that the Orioles might have a base runner or two.
305-626-7218. If you've got your phone.
Suite 2,800.
2,800 on the suite now. The suite's going up. 12 people in a suite. Tommy and I will come by and eat your food. Line drive. Base hit. Coughlin over to cut it off. Good work there by Melvin Moore, who may have just helped the Community Foundation raise a few more $1,000. Where's the Bahama K1? Is Lebitard still at top?
3,000. 3,000 on left, but at $3,000, and Lori's thinking about going to 31 on that, but she's holding.
All right.
She's in a holding pattern. Marlins VIP is 2,200.
How about the Best Buy? That's up at 5,400 now?
This is an absolute. I think it went last year for around this without the watch.
That is a steal. That's
you got a watch worth over $2,000, $2,500 watch. The TV's probably in that neighborhood as well. 46-inch Samsung and the catered party for 20.
And the party, huh?
And the party, and the mermaids and Billy.
Nice. Don't even worry about the mini board right now. We'll do that in the post-game show.
And Frank Ford. That alone is $600 probably.
Luke Scott would like to bid on the third out here. Lindstrom. Fastball foul back to the screen. You can see our state-of-the-art communications going on right now from the phone room. Angela Smith has been down in the phone room. We'd like to thank her for all of her work.
Look at the quickness of Kelly.
0-1 to Scott. Ground ball up the middle into center field. A base hit. So Scott has a pinch hit.
Yeah, wouldn't you know it? Here comes the tying run to the plate.
Oh, and it's Matt Wieters who homered in his last at bat. Well, it wasn't easy against the Yankees for Lindstrom.
You know, it's been tough. He has had a 1-2-3 ninth inning in a save situation only 4 times. There's a home run that Wieters hit on a high fastball from Leo Nunez. Nunez pitched to 2 batters, had to leave the game with a sprained ankle.
So Wieters was a first-round pick, the 5th overall pick, and probably would have been picked either number 1 or higher had some teams felt they could sign him. The Orioles, to their credit, drafted him and signed him. Lindstrom throws a fastball by him at 98 miles an hour. Matt Lindstrom trying to close this game and trying to close the bidding.
Trying to give the Marlins a 3rd straight win.
Wieters, that's a base hit into right field. And the Orioles are going to pick up a run. Runners at the corners. Marlins bullpen is scrambling. And the Orioles are going to pinch hit yet again. Wieters drives in another run.
So far, all the base hits have been on fastballs, so I think Matt Lindstrom has learned one thing. The Orioles have good, quick bats and can hit that heater. Well, let's see. You got a pitcher going to pinch run, Jeremy Guthrie, and it looks like Ty Wigginton is going to pinch hit. A guy who, in his career, and I hate to tell you this,
I know where you're going.
No matter where he's played, he's a .312 career hitter against the Marlins with 11 lifetime home runs, the most home runs he's hit against any team, as the bidding continues to go up.
Everything going up on the board right now. Marlins just worried about getting outs. Yeah, Wigginton is a professional hitter. Always has hit well in this ballpark.
Well, on Sunday, Lindstrom came in the 9th inning. Yankees picked up 2 runs on 3 hits after he'd gotten a couple of outs. But the final out, Derek Jeter hitting into a fielder's choice. And the Marlins held on 6-5.
So Wigginton against Lindstrom. Breaking ball, ground ball, and it's into center field. On his way to third. And getting there is Guthrie. And Ty Wigginton has drawn the Orioles within a run.
Well, he went away from the fastball, threw a breaking ball, but it was not a good one. It was a hanger. And you have a real professional hitter up there. He's going to jump on that hanging breaking ball as Wigginton did, and he continues his tear lifetime against the Marlins.
So it's down to this. Freddie Gonzalez is going to come out, and he's going to remove Matt Lindstrom with the tying run at third. Oscar Salazar is the scheduled hitter. And here's our Marooney.
And he's a right-handed hitter. This is an interesting scenario.
Called to the bullpen.
When you need a car, truck or van, who you gonna call?
Fantasy auction drama on the big board. Final bids are going in. Those are the numbers right now. If you have room to go, you better get it in now. Brian Sanchez out of the bullpen. Has never saved a game in the big leagues. He has done some closing in the minor leagues.
Yeah, never a big league save. This is an opportunity, but it's a lot different closing out a game here than in the minor leagues.
Guthrie is the tying run. The go-ahead run is Wigginton. And it's Oscar Salazar at the plate, who started the season in AAA, came up when Cesar Izturis was injured. Sanchez misses outside with the breaking ball. Against the Phillies, Salazar was 2 for 3. So he's hit a little bit since coming up.
And he had a base hit back in the 8th inning, a bloop to right field.
1-0 pitch is fouled back, and it's 1-1.
I think the two things tonight that are not good news, there have been a lot of good things. The fact that Leo Nunez had to leave with a sprained ankle, and Matt Lindstrom couldn't close out a 6-3 game.
Good points. Base hit. This game is tied.
And it's a crying shame that Andrew Miller, who threw 7 innings and gave up just 1 hit and 1 run, will get a no decision. Yikes. Now, you don't leave Andrew Miller in because the Marlins scored all their runs the inning he was pinch hit for. Ross Glode got a big base hit. Salazar 2 for 2, and it's a tie ball game. Unbelievable.
And the Orioles aren't done yet because they've got one of their best hitters up there right now, Brian Roberts. Good changeup and an out at first. The game is still going, the auction is still going, and the Marlins will try to win it in the bottom of the ninth on a big blown save.
Television, and the trip is up to $6,000. The road trip with the Marlins, also near $4,000 now for the cruise, $5,000 on the suite experience, and $3,000 on the blimp with Rich Waltz, and $3,400 on the great Bahama Treasure package. Remember, the mini board over here will be open into the postgame, so we'll update that in a little bit. Also, number 4, the Sharp Business System Marlins Office Invasion. And this is terrific here. Pizza party for 50 employees is just the start. From Papa John's Frontier Series MX C11 multifunctional copier, printer, scanner provided by Sharp Business Systems. That is valued, they tell us, at over $8,000. All right, delivery and installation included for up to 3 PCs as well. And Billy the Marlin will come by with the Mermaids, Marlin player appearance as well, and caps and shirts for the offense. That is a steal at $2,500.
Yes, it is. And the Marlins now in the ninth, facing right-hander Jim Johnson. Chris Coughlin takes a fastball for a strike, and it's 2-1. Top of the order, Coughlin, Bonifacio, and Hanley. The Marlins seemingly had this one won on the grand slam by Hanley Ramirez in the 7th. But the bullpen buckles. First, the injury to Nunez. This chopper is to Ty Wigginton, who's out at short, who throws out Coughlin. And then Lindstrom comes in and folds in the 9th. Wigginton, I'm not sure he's played shortstop in a long time.
It's been a while. I can't remember ever seeing him at short against the Marlins. He got a little grin on his face. He probably hasn't been out there for a while.
University of North Carolina, Asheville, he played shortstop. I know that, but beyond that,
that's a while ago.
Bonifacio with the Hanley to follow. And you saw Greg Zahn behind the plate. The former Marlin is in. Bonifacio runs up and chops it foul.
Yeah, remember, Wieters was lifted for a pinch runner. So Zahn came in to catch, and Wigginton pinch hit. Okay, I have good news for you, Rich.
Somebody's out of players? Pinto's warming up.
No more players left on Dave Tremblay's bench for the Orioles.
Here's the 1-1. and Bonifacio fouls it.
Of course, the Marlins only have a couple, De Aza and Paulino.
Number to call. Marlins get a run here. Game over, auction over. One, two. There's a chopper. Johnson flips. Safe, and the ball squirts by. Bonifacio started to second. Now he's got to retreat to first. Jim Johnson kind of half-heartedly flipped that to first.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly he was going to do. I don't know if he got over there altogether and then realized the speed, and he just didn't flip it well after he picked it. So the Marlins get a little bit of a break. A bad flip by Johnson, and Bonifacio's at first base. Yeah, it's amazing when you think about it. Andrew Miller went 7 innings, gave up 1 hit and 1 run. And in 2 innings, the bullpen gave up 8 hits and 5 runs.
Our Prestige Audi moment brought to you by Prestige Audi, just 2 minutes south of Aventura Mall. Call 1-866-7-MY-AUDI today. This was Hanley. This was the Grand Slam. Now this is Hanley with Bonifacio at first. Now, Tommy, you got a big, tall right-hander on the mound and a veteran catcher who doesn't play a lot behind the plate, which, if you're looking to steal second, is a pretty good combination.
Yeah, you try to check out the delivery of Johnson.
Comes to the plate with a strike. It's 0-1.
By the way, remember Hanley's first career Grand Slam was opening day against the Washington Nationals. He had not hit one before.
Hanley hits a soft ground ball. Roberts gets the out barely. And Hanley is safe at first. Here comes Freddie out, and he wants to talk with John Hirschbeck.
Well, that was a close play. It was a good play by Roberts. He got the call, but taking a chance of getting the lead runner. Yep.
He's out.
He's out. So a heads-up play by the veteran, Brian Roberts. Brian Roberts got an opportunity with the WBC.
Yes, he did.
To play games here at Land Shark. I think it was Dolphin Stadium back then, but he played here.
You think he thought that to himself when he drove up on the team bus? Wait a minute. I was just here, and it was Dolphin Stadium. So Hanley on the fielder's choice. He's a threat to run. One would expect. Brett Carroll is on deck. Cantu has doubled. And Johnson comes inside, and it's 1-0.
We talked a little bit about the job the Orioles bullpen had been doing. Baez didn't get it done tonight. But over the last 18 games, an ERA about 2.5.
And to the left, hits it pretty well, and it's caught, and it's extra innings. They didn't get the win yet. It's the 10th inning. It's 6-6 extra innings. The good news is we still have the auction going on. And Craig, one more bid for you on that number 3 package.
Number 3.
Number 3 put 30.
Is it Lori?
No, $3,600.
$3,600. Not Lori?
No, from Hawk.
Hawk. He did get in it.
Yeah, Hawk and
Stugatz.
Yes.
Now we're going to have to check the spelling of Stugatz. What do you think it is?
No, Hawk is H-O-C.
Stugatz, S-T-U-G-O-T-T-S.
Yeah, and Hawk, H-O-C-K.
There you H-O-C-H.
H-O-C-K.
Well, close.
Stugatz.
They're on the board.
S-T-U-G-O-T-T-S.
All right, now they're not
Close
doing it
enough.
just to get their names on like last year. They bid in early.
No, this is
right?
legit.
Legitimate $3,600. Okay,
Yep.
This is our first extra inning auction, is it not?
Yeah, and
I believe so.
It's a little bit melancholy.
Unfortunate, it is.
A little bit.
You know, it's nice, but the luster has kind of gone away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you know, a lot of things set this in motion. One of those being the injury to Leo Nunez, because with the Nunez going down with the ankle injury, Dan Meyer had to come in and pitch. Matt Lindstrom, of course, couldn't finish the 9th, and the Marlins had to bring Brian Sanchez in, and he had to finish the 9th. So essentially the Marlins have run through 4 relievers and are into their 5th guy with Pinto facing Markakis. Adam Jones, Aubrey Huff to follow. This is the teeth of the Baltimore order. Adam Jones 0 for 4. Markakis is 0 for 3 with the sacrifice fly. Marlins were sitting on a 6-1 lead after Hanley hit a grand slam, and the bullpen has gone up in flames. Markakis is aboard. And here is Jones, who, if he runs into one, can knock it a long ways. He's hit a dozen home runs this year.
And you hate to see that leadoff walk in extra innings.
Hey, Pinto, some more speed on that. Stay out of Taco Bell.
Ground ball. Bonifacio got one there. Got 2 there. Nicely done. 5-4-3. And so the Marlins get a couple of outs. Nice job by Bonifacio and Renyel Pinto.
Marlins have made some nice defensive plays. That's the 3rd double play they've turned in this one tonight. Bonifacio started a couple. Good feed and a good one to Dan Uggla. He gets that ball about chest high right around the belt. Then it's easier for him to turn it over to first base.
Aubrey Huff now. And Huff takes a strike. Huff tonight an 0 for 4 night. He's got an 8-game hitting streak. You can see he's driven in 47. I would think if you asked a lot of people around baseball what kind of year did Aubrey Huff have last year, they'd scratch their head and say, boy, not sure.
Yeah.
And
unless you're an Orioles fan.
Yeah, if you're an Orioles fan, you know he drove in 108 runs. He had 48 doubles last year.
And his name over the last couple of weeks has been one of those names. Because Aubrey Huff right now is 32. He's in his 9th year. He's a quality hitter. But his name's been out there as far as trade rumors.
How much money you making?
Abilene, Texas, University of Miami. Went to junior college in Texas. And when he was a sophomore in junior college, the phone rang, and it was one of the coaches from the University of Miami asking him if he'd be interested to come to Miami to play baseball. And Huff thought it was a joke. He thought it was one of his teammates and kind of said, yeah, just send me something in the mail, whatever. And the next day, overnight, there's the package. Miami baseball, nice brochure, and he felt awfully. He had to call the coach and say, I'm sorry, I thought it was my buddy. And the coach said, apology accepted, would you still like to come play?
I mean, that package could have been sent by the SID Ken Lee.
It might have, who knows? And Huff gladly accepted. The problem was he didn't have the wardrobe for the University of Miami. He showed up with flannel shirts and cowboy boots and jeans. And in about 2 weeks, his teammates took his clothes and put them in a big trash barrel and burned them all. Got him a new wardrobe. 3-2. Up and in. Pinto misses and walks Huff. Craig, what's going on down there?
The watch party is up to $6,400, and here again is a look at the watch. It's tag hour. This is retailed by Mayors at $2,450. The TV from Best Buy is retailed at about $2,600. That's $5,000 right there. And you got a catered party for $20,000. Plus, Billy the Marlin, the Mermaids, Frank Fort will have a story on it on one of our Marlins shows. So all of that, I think in the past it's even got as high as $7,000 without the watch. So that's a great deal still at $6,400. Number one, the Marlins watch party.
Is that George Evans?
No.
Oh, he
is not allowed to bid. Mrs. Evans.
He's on. Mrs. Evans said no.
Yeah, he's on here. But how many times now, George?
I'm only allowed to bid on 2 items, she said. That was it. She cut me off. She's in North Carolina, by the way. She can't stand it when she's here in Florida, and I'm bidding because then I have to go home.
You've already had the watch party. How many years?
3 times in a row. She said 3rd time was a charm. No more watch parties. But she said you can't have a pizza party if you buy that copier.
All right, whoever wins the watch party, please invite George because he'll feel left out. All right.
Is Mrs. Evans going to be playing golf?
There's a fly ball to right field. Charging in is Carroll, and he makes a shoot top grab in right field. Greg Carroll. Marlins love him in right because of his speed and his glove, and he will lead it off when we return. 6-6 in the 10th. Up near Craig.
How do you like the tropical settings up here for our fantasy?
Man, it's hard to go play a baseball game after this, man. I just want to sit up here and watch this guy drum out a little bit. It's pretty nice.
Feel like you got a little Bahamas cruise here?
Oh, absolutely. The Tom of Bahama sets it all off, you know. And the shirts, everything looks good.
It's a great cause. I know you enjoy helping raise money, and the Marlins will help do that tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a great cause, especially goes to the Community Foundation and helping little kids and how the Marlins go about the Community Foundation is a very important bonus in how we do it.
Would you play this song when you come up to the plate tonight?
If they want me to. I'll do it whatever helps the Community Foundation, I'm all in.
You're a good man, Brett.
Thank you.
Craig Carroll bounces out against the right-hander Jim Johnson. Ty Wigington starting to feel comfortable at shortstop out there.
Yeah, kind of picked that, straightened up, made a nice throw over to first.
Here is Ugla now. Daniel is homered and singled. Bottom 10, 6-6 game. Ooh, he nearly tore himself in two. Fifth inning.
Yep, no problem with that one. Back in the fifth, home run number 14 for Dan Ugla. He has a 2-hit night, 2 for 4.
As we told you, the Orioles bullpen has been their strong point. And the Marlins into the pen. They're a little deeper than the Fish because Johnson is the third to work out of the pen.
Freddie's had to use more because of the Nunez injury, because of the Matt Lindstrom meltdown.
Ugla takes a big curveball for a strike. It's 1-2. The hopper is up. And Ugla goes after that breaking ball. So there's 2 outs. Here comes Cody Ross.
Watch that curveball, 12-6 curveball by Jim Johnson. He has that pretty good fastball, a changeup. 25-year-old right-hander, 6'5".
Johnson misses. And remember, one of the little board items is an autographed jersey. In fact, the jersey that you see right there. Cody Ross's game-used jersey. He will sign, and it can be yours on the little board. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Throw the phone number up there, boys, if you will.
I'll tell you what, if he hits a walk-off home run, you got to double it.
There's the number to call for the little board items as well. 305-626-7218. Now, first 15-20 minutes of our post-game show, Marlins Live, that board will be open. There's a strike. 1-2. Two and two. Cody fouls that one. One more peek at the big board, which ends with either the final out or the game-winning run. And
here's the interesting one, though, Rich.
Hawkins Stugatz
remains on the board. What happened to Dan Levitard?
I think Levitard.
Where is Superman?
His cell phone is probably died, or else he's apparently out of the bidding.
Wow.
Here's the 2-2. Ross fists it in the left, and it's caught on a run by Salazar. So on we go. 11th inning. 6-6. Continues in extra innings for the first time. That's the prize table. That's the picnic basket from Whole Food Markets, Coral Springs. That goes with the blimp experience. Rich Waltz along with Tommy Hutton. Well, the Marlins couldn't hold the lead. That's the bad news. The good news is we still have the auction going on. And the other good news is that everybody is all right after a scary moment here. That was going to be our little tiki hut this afternoon. The grounds crew was wrestling with the tarp. Our crew was wrestling with the tent, and guess who won? Mother Nature won. Tent gone, us in the booth. Camera down, everybody okay. So everybody is all right. The auction continues.
And Alejandro De Aza comes in, the double switch. He replaces Cody Ross. And Burke Badenhop comes in to do the pitching, and he has done that this year with excellent numbers.
And with Badenhop in, that kind of signals that he's in there without a net. Ground ball to first. Cantu steps on the bag. When you bring in a guy like Badenhop to a game like this, Tommy, you tell him, Hopper, it's yours, and I may need you for 3 or 4.
Well, and that's why Freddie pulled off the double switch, because he'll hit De Aza in the number 9 spot, so he can get that luxury of 2 or 3 innings. And he needs it, because you're running out of people in the bullpen.
Here is a former Marlin, Greg Zahn.
Only guy left in the bullpen, just called up the other day, Tim Wood.
There is Wood.
Was up once before briefly, did not get in a game. Greg Zahn, you got to go back to 1997. Yes, he was a part of the Marlins World Championship team.
Back up to CJ.
Yep. Started 38 games, hit .301.
Brian Bass in the bullpen. Hopper misses outside, and it's 2-1. And he's kept himself in the big leagues since. He is the nephew of Rick Dempsey, who will live in Oriole history forever. The guy who had a great postseason, a colorful guy, you know.
World Series MVP.
World Series MVP, and one of the best rain delay performers in the history of the game. His uncle used to go out and put on a great show.
Greg Zahn told me something interesting today. We were talking about him being a guy who's going to tutor Matt Wieters a little bit. And I asked him when he came up to the big leagues who helped him out, and of course he said his uncle, Rick Dempsey. But he mentioned Jerry Narron and Brad Ausmus, a couple of other guys.
And Zahn works a walk. There's Wieters. Wieters had 2 big hits in this one, a solo homer and an RBI single. There's Ty Wigginton. Ty Wigginton, if I'm not mistaken, last year was on that all fish killer team. And he did it again in the 9th inning with an RBI single.
Well, I mentioned the 11 career home runs. There are his numbers in this ballpark. Over 347 home runs. The 11 career home runs, more home runs against one team than any other team.
Two and 0. Outside corner. You talked about what the Orioles have left on their bench. That is Rich Hill, a starting pitcher.
Pitching the 3rd game of this series. Yeah, their bullpen's in better shape. Freddie only has 1 left on his bench now, Ronnie Paulino.
Line shot, and Wigginton does it again. Zahn to 3rd. The throw to 2nd is in plenty of time. Wigginton is thrown out. Brett Carroll does it again.
And that's huge because you think about it, if he stays at first, it's 1st and 3rd and 1 out, and the Orioles have a lot of ways to get that runner in from third. Brett Carroll, good footwork, turns, fires a one-hop strike, and Wigginton is dead. Just a great play by Brett Carroll, and really changes the whole inning and the whole situation for Baltimore.
And so the Orioles have a pitcher now. That's all that's left, a pinch hit. And he lines one to left. Caught by Coughlin. Wow, what an escape by the hopper with help from BC and Coughlin. Bottom of the 11th coming up. Coughlin makes the catch, and here we go to the bottom of the 11th inning. We go back to our big board. This is one prize. If you have a business and you're looking for a copy machine, this is like a Rolls Royce of copy machines. The Frontier Series MXC311. Even Whit Watson endorses this machine. It's multifunctional. It's a printer and scanner, and Sharp Business Systems will deliver it, install it, a 1-year service contract, and you get a Papa John's pizza party for $50. Billy and the Marlins Mermaids will visit your office as well. Baker takes outside. New chucker, Brian Bass.
Yeah, we saw Bass 5-6 innings ago warming up, so he gets in the game now. A couple of innings by Johnson.
That one is outside. Now, Tommy, I know
this is the third change since you guys have mentioned this.
So
and
it's up to 3,000.
Fourth. Evans has gone up. Now, are there any toppings on the pizza? Do we know?
Whatever you want.
Do we throw in the toppings?
Whatever you want.
Can you get sausage and 2 toppings? All right.
Papa John's Pizza. That business machine is worth over $8,000. And the folks at Sharp Business Systems, always a good friend of the Community Foundation.
Mr. Evans wants pepperoni. Can we throw that in, Rich, you think? $3,200 for, wow.
So we're getting some movement.
The dollar topping was allowed.
Getting some movement on that. Roberts with a backhanded stop and a nice play just to nip Baker at first base.
And remember, all tax deductible.
That's right. Unfortunately, the runs that the Baltimore Orioles scored in the 8th and the 9th inning are not deductible.
You won't believe this.
Oh, 5,100. Wow.
David Sampson called in 5,000.
Oh, nice.
And Mr. Evans is going to 5,100.
Oh.
And that is doubled in the matter of seconds.
De takes a strike. News on the number 3 item there, Craig.
Yep.
I got a text from Levithart saying he's upset that the Marlins were unable to hold the lead.
He didn't quite say it that way. But.
No. Something about channeling Jorge Julio. And he says he thinks he might be out of the bidding at this point.
All right. Understandable.
He says stay tuned.
I don't know how you let your sidekick outbid you.
Two sidekicks.
Two side, yeah, Hawk and Stugatz. And they're going to outbid the #1 Banana at $7.90 somehow. Oh, by the way, it's some great feature stories in the Herald in the last few weeks.
Yes, nice to see him back riding, Dan Le Batard. Here's the 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And De Aza is out. So De Aza goes down. There's 2 outs. Coughlin's coming up. We go back to Craig. What's up, Craig?
Well, we've got big news, I think, on the Sharp Business Systems. I didn't catch the number.
7,000.
Wow. 7,000.
Who's up?
And is it Mr. Sampson? Mr. Sampson. Do they need? I guess they need. Maybe this is for the new building. They're getting some copiers.
New stadium.
Gonna have
new
them all
copier.
set for the new stadium.
Mm-hmm. That's
Nice.
good thinking ahead.
Coughlin now. And Chris fouls one off.
Wow. That is the #1 on the board now.
Nice. How's the Mets trip look?
Party's up to 6,500. Great deal.
The Mets. Oh, the party is the watch party 6,500.
Number 2. Number 3, the road trip with the Mets and the Marlins, 6,400.
That's hit hard. The ball keeps finding Wigginton wherever he goes. And we're going to the 12th with the Marlins and the Orioles and the fantasy auction locked in a death struggle. It's 6-6. Here, 6-6 ball game. We've shown you replays from the game. This is our first replay from, this is moments ago. Watch this. 10,000 for the Sharp Business System, and it's National Carpet. National Carpet needs a new machine. That's a great machine, and you get the pizza party, and this too happening. Look at the golf, Tom. He's gone up to 5,100.
The golf went up to 5,100. That's great.
Are you worth 5,100?
I'll have to play extra good.
You've got the Mizuno irons. Maybe Dave Salerno can throw in some sweater vests. Drive to right. Carroll is there, and Brett makes the catch.
Well, we've talked about the Parkland experience. Dave Salerno, the director of golf out there. Larry Sugarman from Palm Beach Golf helping out with the Mizuno irons.
Lindsey Maroney. And let's not look past, there it is, 5,100. Sharp Business Systems, Luis Gonzalez, who is a great friend of the Marlins Community Foundation and a very big baseball fan as well. Luis was here tonight. $10,000 now for that. And it's, of course, all night long. The big board is the Sharp Business Systems big board. They were kind enough to sponsor the big board, and of course, Tommy Bahama has been our sponsor throughout the night. Is there any Tommy Bahama rum left? We've sold out of the
Probably not.
We've sold out of the pledge packs long ago. Hopper going after Nick Markakis.
Brooke Badenhop working in. Yeah, there's Craig. There it is.
Only a little left, fellas.
Were there some mini rums out there too that they were going to?
I think the mini rums. Let's see, are they still here?
Those are in the mini packages.
They've all been consumed.
Yes, it's part of the Treasure K Bahamas package.
Yes, absolutely. Markakis wins that battle against Badenhop and singles to right. That's the Treasure K package that Stugatz and Hawk have outbid Dan Lebitard on. At this moment in time, both Stugatz and the Hawk will be winging their way.
I'm just impressed that you have Lebitard on speed dial and text dial.
You know, here's the funny thing is I did not know that I had them on speed dial or texting, but they've been blowing up my BlackBerry. And by the way, Craig,
yes,
Lebitard says make it 3,700 from him.
Wow, 37. Okay, 3,700 for Lebitard here.
Yes.
Nancy, last year we were over 50,000. Is that right? The whole 52 last year. I believe, doing quick math here, we have already surpassed last year.
Actually, Craig, from Lebitard and Roy.
Yeah.
So
Lebitard and Roy.
And Roy.
All right.
It's like Siegfried and
like
Roy,
Siegfried and
but without
Roy.
the Lions.
All right, so Roy gets in there. All right, Kelly walked away. We'll throw Roy in there. Can I do that, Kelly?
Yeah, I hope that's not a Sharpie or permanent.
That's
because that would be the end of the bidding on
that's
that.
That's an illegal double switch. There.
Roy wanted to lock it in. Joe Girardi has protested.
Folks, we hope that we have balanced the night with the auction and with baseball.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rich. I'm with you on that, but I'll say one thing. If the Marlins don't win this game, this would be devastating. Because we've had fun.
Yes.
It should be a win and end the night that way.
Yes. I know. You just don't want this to be the last fantasy auction.
This is unbelievable.
Craig, what's happening?
But 10 minutes ago, this was at $2,500. You guys put something on, told all the great details we said about the fact David Sampson is up to 15,000.
Wow, really?
I know he wasn't feeling well at home.
The golf's
that is
going
a great cause.
National
Thank you,
Carpet.
David.
National Carpet. They were the guys that were up there. Now David Sampson is going to 15,000. What's next?
Mr. Tuck.
I don't know.
For the golf. Look at that.
6,600 now, going up for the Marlins trip. Aubrey Huff. Huff still in there, and 0 for 4. He walked in the 10th. Markakis is at first. Line shot, diving catch, Ugla. Wow. Aubrey Huff mollywopped that one, and Ugla a face-first dive.
Dan Ugla has picked Huff twice tonight. Once on a short hop, line drive. Look at it.
perfect night because not only would they get a victory, which they had in order it looked like, but also we're finding out that the truck has looked at the numbers. Extra innings has raised over $14,000 alone. And I'm not sure they even caught the update. It may even more because this alone has gone up. This alone has gone up almost 14. Wasn't that 2,500 in the ninth inning?
Oh, National Carpet is coming through.
They have come back. Give National Carpet some credit out there. $17,000, the high bid, maybe historically, I think it is, in our fourth year for any one item.
All right, let's see if Bonifacio can work a walk. It's 2-0 and start things by getting on base.
Bonifacio, and then Hanley, and then Cantu. That's outside, and it's 3-0. That's low. Bonifacio's aboard. And that's a good start for the Fish. They're the bottom of the 12th.
Hey, you know, you think about this game, and it looked in hand at 6-3, but you also, this is what comes back and bites you every once in a while in this game of baseball. Remember the leadoff double by Hanley Ramirez?
Yep.
He did not score. Remember the bases loaded 1-out situation? Marlins did not score.
You don't get them when you should. Sometimes you're right. It comes back around. So it's Hanley against Brian Bass. With Bonifacio at first. Remember, it's not Wieters behind the plate. It's Greg Zaun. Six ball game. Grand slam and a double. Ball gets through, and Bonifacio's in scoring position.
Man on second base. Nobody out.
If the Marlins score the winning run here, the auction is over. So your last chance to get in could be right now. 305-626-7218. Nicely done, everybody. Nicely done. And that's where we sit. Now, the mini board during the postgame show will wheel that out and give you a chance as well. They're going to walk Hanley and bring up Cantu. Interesting strategy, but would you rather face Cantu or Hanley?
Yeah, this is what most teams would do right here. You know, we've talked about some of the offensive things. How about the defense in this ball game tonight? Dan Uggla has been spectacular. Each play has been against Aubrey Huff. This one hop pick in the ninth inning to Rob Huff, and then Huff hits an absolute bullet, and again, Dan Uggla with the pick to rob him. He's also turned some nice double plays. The Marlins have turned 3 tonight.
Here is Cantu. Well, Bonifacio's at second. Hanley's at first. We'll see how much attention the Orioles pay to Bonifacio. Cantu doubled in the fourth. Outfield has to shorten up because of Bonifacio's speed. So for the Orioles defensively here, you know, normally with a guy like Cantu, you'd like to play deep, but because Bonifacio has speed, they got to be in a spot to throw him out.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Scott is so deep in left field.
Yeah, ground ball into left field, and this game would be over. Cantu, line shot, left field, over Ford Salazar. Rounding third, Bonifacio, here's the throw. He is safe. He dropped the ball. Game over. Marlins win it. Walk-off style.
What a way to end it. What a way to end a beautiful
Cantu with his 5th career walk-off hit, and it's over. The ball game and the auction, the big board portion. Put it up on the big board. 7-6. Marlins win it. How about that? Another look.
We just talked about Scott playing deep. The fact that Bonifacio has such great speed. He has an average arm. The throw was there. It beat Bonifacio. As Zahn came back to put the tag on him, he just couldn't hang on. He picked it and lost control. He never really had control of the ball. He picked it, kept it in front of him, never really caught it cleanly, and Bonifacio saw it, went back and tagged the plate. But Jorge Cantu's gotten big base hits like this all year. Does the same.
A thing of beauty.
What an ending.
A thing of beauty. The Marlins win it. Marlins baseball on Fox Sports Florida is brought to you by Prestige Audi, just 2 minutes south of Aventura Mall. 1-8